Good evening, race fans, and welcome to BSTV. This is the TCR Challenge Cup, season 21. That's right, 21. Unreal. It can now legally drink in America. We are in week 6, and this is Mugello. We have come here for a double header. It's a sprint feature week. It is not the normal week 6 endurance. Hopefully, all the racers realise that, because if they don't, they're in for a big surprise. It's a 41-degree track. I am Pete Bingham, and joining me in the booth and lending some professionalism to this otherwise pretty pathetic broadcast is Jay Corley. Good evening.
Good evening, Pete. How are we doing tonight?
Oh, we are doing spectacularly well. We are looking forward to a great night of racing. Who's that? SimRacer247. I miss Sim Racing with this lot. Such a great community. Well, there's only one person to blame, I think. But yes, it's going to be an interesting race week, this one, I think. Jay, your thoughts about Mugello? I must admit, I must self-flagellate repeatedly that I have not watched your stream of the race this week, as in the hot lapping that you do for everybody and teach them how to take the corners, avoid the mishaps, and generally get round and survive. I've honestly not had the time. I literally walked in the house. What is that? 21 minutes ago. So wow. I've done all right to make it this far, to be honest. But we are here in Italy for Mugello. Your thoughts on the track, Jay? You don't have to like them all. This one,
of course.
This one's up in the mountains in Italy, so this should be good.
This is actually one of probably my favourite Italian track. I'm not a massive fan of the likes of like Imola. Monza can be a bit sketchy sometimes, but Mugello, it's I'm quite content with it, to be honest. It offers fantastic racing, although it does suffer from probably one of the most annoying things in iRacing, and that's when you get a slowdown without an off track.
Oh, where's that?
Every single chicane that is on this circuit.
Really?
Pretty much.
Oh wow.
It's you're going to hear me say quite a few times somebody has a slowdown, and it's not just any slowdown. It's about a 2.5 second slowdown that does not go down straight away.
Right. Okay. Because there's what is there 3 or 4 chicanes on this track? I think there's 4 in total, isn't there? There's an extended one after turn 1. Or is that just 2 turns? I think that's just 2 turns, isn't it?
It's 2 turns, but I'm calling it a chicane for the sake of my argument.
Yeah. Too right. You know, you absolutely should. We're following Stephen Walker at the minute, luckiest man on earth. He's making his way across the stripe. You take a lot of that inside line in order to come across the track in straight line. The kink that is in doesn't look like it on the track map, but there's a massive kink in the start-finish straight. And we're heading to that first, what I'm calling a chicane. I think it should be called a chicane, this. So he's going to tip it in here left and then straight onto the right-hand side. I think if you've not got a straight to go at, it's a chicane in my head. Or maybe that's just me giving myself excuses for doing it badly. I don't know. I do like this track. I like watching it on MotoGP as well. I think it's a very, very dynamic track.
Brilliant track for that.
Yeah, too right. I mean, it is a bike track, ultimately. But let's have a look at the standing. Oh, good evening to Alan. So Alan is on the chat. Greetings, children, he says. Okay. And PVG's on the chat. This track was made for 2 wheels, not 4. He agrees with me and us, I should say. Jay. So yeah, PVG just risen up. He might get driver of the meeting for that. And not saying it's a biased vote. I have turned the sound of the engines up. Somebody wanted me to do that. Can't remember who. I might actually do that in sound settings. If I can find my sound settings, I'll just do that quickly. Oh no, I'm not even typing. What's this? Sound settings. Sound mixer. Sorry, sound mixer. Let's find iRacing and get it up to like there somewhere. And let's see if that makes a difference to the viewership. Oh, that's quite loud actually. Right, okay. We'll see how that goes. Right, let's have a quick look at the standings, shall we, Jay? Because it all changed last week with the rain. You weren't here. Wobbly was. It was loud. It was brash. It was very typically wobbly on the broadcast last week. Yeah. Did you watch it at all, or have you not had the chance?
I watched little bits and pieces, had it on in the background, and
nice.
absolutely chaotic. But at the same time, you need races to be chaotic because then you get all the surprising results. I mean, look at all the years in in rally, in Formula One, MotoGP as well. When it starts raining, you start getting some surprising underdogs starting to fight well above their weight, and there was definitely one or two of those last week.
Yeah, there was. One's on the screen that you can't see at the minute, folks. It's Chris Shaw. He did very well last week. We'll talk about that again in a minute. But let's have a look at the pro standings for now. So Greg Daffron, I should say. We are in week 6. We're not yet in the right-hand column, but let your eyes drift that way, just for, the giggles of it. He's on 1,039 points on the left-hand column. He leads Michael Hall by nearly 200 points. This one, it's going to be a challenge for anybody to catch, Greg, I think, Jay. We've got Renee, Callum and Jamie Jeffrey all queuing up behind Michael Hall. But he's got himself a nice tidy lead, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's just absolutely fantastic qualifying sessions, making the most of race 1 and just making sure it's a strong finish in race 2. And Greg's pretty much done that to a T every single round so far. But as we've seen with previous seasons in other championships, all it takes is 1 or 2 drop weeks, and people start to get nervous because they don't have those drop weeks any longer to fall back on. Greg's yet to have that, but there's nothing to say that's to come.
Yeah, true, and it's a good point that you make, actually. There is a thought process in the V8 ESC world that if you aim for 15th place, you get more points in the feature. That is true, but you've got to do well in the sprint as well, and 15th in the sprint doesn't get you a great deal of points. So it's not always the winning formula. Logan, for instance, has started every race this season, and he's done a last to first challenge apart from last week. And last week he got a massive bag full of points because he raced the first race to the end. So yeah, your point is absolutely well made. You've got to do a good sprint race in order to consolidate your feature. So let's have a look at the Pro-Am standings, where that matters less. Chris Shaw has risen to the top of this one. He is just 20 points ahead of Jaden Scotton. But let your eyes drift to the right, Jay.
Yeah, just seen it.
Yeah. It's tighter than a duck's bum, tighter than a submarine door, tighter than a nun. No, I can't say that. What do you think I was going to say? Jamie. Yes. Yes. Jamie Wilson, not that far behind either. PVG, 3 points behind Jamie. And then 30 points behind Chris Needham. Great to see him in the top 5. Keeping the pie man, Cal Hardy, out. This one is really hotting up. This one is tasty this season, Jay.
Yeah, and it was exactly the same last season, wasn't it?
It was
just one of those where it went straight to the last race. And when you've got these drivers in Pro-Ams battling with the pros, trying to make sure the Yams don't overtake them, it's a very congested field in the middle, and especially in the second race when they're all bunched up together with the pros fighting through, you get some it's kind of like what we've already spoken about in the pros. Like consistent results are going to get you the bigger points hauls and keep you up there, not necessarily always winning your class.
Yeah, absolutely agree. You don't have to win every race. You don't have to win at all, in theory. You just have to be there in that top high point scoring area, and you'll do well if you're consistent. Let's have a look at the AM class, and this one's no different. David Ayres, 506 points there. We're looking at the left at the minute, folks. Don't let your eyes drift too far to the right just yet. Chris Dixon, right behind him though, 479 points, less than 30 points behind. Darrell Wright, 470 points, just 9 points behind. Then we do have, fair enough, a bit of a drop. Obviously, the points haul at the AM class is usually less, just because of the ability of the driver. So he is nearly 50 points behind. And Andy Littler there, 3 points behind Paul Hurley. There are individual. Oh, and look at that. Fee is on the same points as our own teammate Andy. I didn't spot that before when I was doing my preliminary review of the points. That one could be something tasty by the end of the season, Jay. I think that there's room there.
Yeah, the dictatorship of the Daniel Lewis regime in AMS is well and truly over, and finally somebody else has a chance to get a win. Unfortunately, or fortunately for us, unfortunately for the drivers in it, everyone heard the same message and is absolutely sprinting to get to the top of that pile. So it's very exciting all over the field.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Let me. Right, where is? Oh, have I got him in the wrong one again? I'm gonna have to look at what I've done with deck. So give me a second while I fiddle. I'm very good at fiddling. Deck. Derek, where is he? Deck. There he is. Right, scoot to the right. What have I got him down as? Oh, not far enough to the right. I've got him down as Pro-Am. Does he need to be in Pro? Can't remember. Where is he in the other standings?
Deck was originally in AMS at the start of this season, but was in Pro-Am last season, and probably Pro-Am this season is where he needs to be.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I think I've got him in the right one.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Pro-Am it is then. I have got him in the right one. Right,
Please
okay.
don't put him in Pro.
No. Well,
don't do that.
Yeah, that'd be a bit demoralising for anybody. Right, in the team standings, RD Simsport, not exactly romping away with it, Jay, because they're less than 100 points ahead. Plenty of points for 3 drivers to haul back for Result X Pure Sims and Result Clothing. Although that's 400 points from second to third, so maybe I'm being a bit optimistic there. Third to fourth, though, is quite tight. No wobbly tonight. Stephen Walker and Tony Walker are both here, I think. Where's Tony? Is Tony here? Tony here? Hello? Nope, no Tony, actually. So just Stephen flying the BSTV flag. So I think that top battle, though, it's not necessarily RD Simsports yet, is it?
No, it seems to be a 2-horse race at the moment. Greg's getting all those points in, and Kyle and Rob, they just need to keep grabbing away at whatever points they can, just to try and keep some sort of gap between Michael Hall, Pete Newman, and obviously new to that section of Result Clothing this season, Carl Hardy. Carl doing a fantastic job in picking up points where Michael and Pete possibly won't be, and that seems to be a real pushing point for Result X Pure Sims in keeping up there and keeping within touching distance of a team championship.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, let's have a quick look at driver of the meeting. Halfway through the season after this week, and Morgan Butler and Jamie Jeffrey still sharing the top spot. We've got a few people there on 1 point in joint third place. One of them is Wobbly, who voted for himself last week as well as voting for somebody else. Honestly, yeah.
I don't remember that bit.
No, I've tried to eviscerate that from my own memory, but it happened. And then in the Safe Driver Award, Deck Crowther is your safest driver, folks. Absolutely flying the flag there. 1,681 turns completed, the maximum of any driver, and he and Greg, the fastest driver, because he is at the top of the standings. He's faster than Greg. He's safer than Greg at this discipline. That speaks volumes, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, Deck is always up there when it comes to the Safe Driver Award, and so it's no surprise really to see him up there. And yeah, seeing Greg up there with the pace that he has as well, this track could be a bit nasty on some of the outsides of the curbs. You don't necessarily need to touch the kitty litter to pick up an off track, so we'll see what that does to the standings. But yeah, it's insane seeing how least amount of instance these lot are getting this far into the season.
Yeah, too right. It's just something a little bit special and different at the same time. Okay, right, let's go back to seeing some cars on track, folks. So that's what you turned up for. I don't know why I'm trying to keep it from you. But yes, we are in qualifying now. We've just breached into it, hence nobody on your track map and no times to show in the left-hand column. I'm just going to go and correct something in the background. If I can find the damn thing. Excuse me. Oh dear. Oh, is that it? Yeah, here we go. Let me see if there's something here. We're going to go on board with somebody on a running lap in a minute. There we are. Right. Oh, that's why. Right, let's go to this. And then kill that, and then do this. Right, okay, and we're going to drop that. Oh, no, we're not. We're going to bring that back. There's all sorts of high-level, highly intellectual stuff going on in the background that you can't see, folks, which is a complete lie, obviously, because I'm doing it. Right, here we go. Let's do this. And one of them, one of these, one of them. Right, okay. So, do we think anybody's going to out-qualify Greg Daffron tonight?
It's going to be a close one, isn't it? This can be a really tricky track. If anybody's behind somebody else using Slipstream, though, that might be the game changer in getting past Greg. I'm looking on the track map at the moment, and Greg does have one or two in front. No, he doesn't. Greg has a completely clear track in front of him, so it might be worth checking out the rest of those little blue dots behind him and seeing if any of them can take advantage of a long slipstream on the main straight to give him that advantage and maybe pip Greg to a pole position.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, I am just going to load a different screen. For those of you that remember, whenever I do something naughty in the background, sometimes my brain malfunctions, so you're going to all see this whilst I do one of them. Just resetting the paints, really. Right, okay. I'm going to have a look at the weather. The weather says that everything is going to be dry, actually, Jay, unless you can see anything different.
No, that's exactly what I see as well. So that's going to have a few people who were still shell-shocked over last week.
Yeah, too right, yeah. It was brutally wet last week. Actually, the racers did remarkably well in the face of adversity. We had a very low mortality rate. You know, it was they all handled themselves spectacularly well, I have to say. Right, we're going to run on board with the mighty Greg whilst he does a running lap. And if you're okay to run everybody around this wonderful Italian track in the mountainsides here, then talk us through a lap, Jay. You've got best part of a fifth of a lap to go. Hopefully you've got your absolutely professional little script prepared. It's always brilliant.
You know, the very special part of my brain.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, sorry. Why would I think that? Why would I think it was a script? Anyway, last corner coming up. Looks like Spoon Corner from Suzuka, but it's not. Over to you, Jay.
So, a track where whilst bikes are going around the circuit are more commonplace, as a track for TCR, there's a lot of potential for some close side-by-side racing that will be asking you, what's your Domino day? But after one of the longest stretches, I'm going to get so many points that one, stretches of the season, you'll be carrying a lot of speed up to San Donato. Just before the 100 board and line, you'll need to brake in a straight line. As you turn it in, lift and glide into the corner. You start accelerating smoothly up the corner, but keep to the right on the exit to open up turn 2. Trail brake and cut a little bit at the curb. You need to get to the left to open up the second part of what I'm calling a chicane. Put it down on the second sausage whilst ensuring you keep tyres on the grey surf to avoid a heavy slowdown. Use half the curve on the exit. Turns 4 and 5, you're going to be using a very similar line. Brake lightly at the white paint in the ball and repeat the same as the previous chicane. The only difference being you can carry a lot more speed into turn 5's entry and exit. Where the Hutton truck is, lightly brake whilst turning to a fast right. This may send your back end out, but that's fine. Cut the curb and rush over to the right to glide the car into the downhill left, favoring the throttle to keep from steering out wide. To tackle the Arrabbiatas, now I really want some pasta, you're going to need bravery and to practice your throttle control going up the hills. Using all the curbing that you can, just slowly feather through and accelerate out on the Arrabbiata 2. So used to the chicanes by now, so keep it tight, open up the next corner, and just very carefully try not to run it off into the kitty litter. Just before the 50 line is The braking point for turn 12. Slowly turn even into the corner, similar to turn 1. This time you're going downhill, so glide the car around to take advantage of the elevation change. The easiest chicane on the whole course, sensible cuts to the curves as needed. Don't get too greedy, use all the curve on the exit to keep the steering wheel straighter. Final corner of the track is all about the strong exit, so consider aiming for a late apex. After braking just before that 50 board, trail and glide the car into the middle inside for the corner entry. Halfway around the corner, very slowly apply the throttle. Just Greg obviously didn't like how I described that, but for you lot at home, you're going to carry on going down that long straight and throttle to the floor for a strong finish of Mugello.
Yeah, that was a great track tour. Thank you for that. Very professionally done. It was almost like, as I was watching it, Greg was listening to you. He had purple sectors everywhere, all the way through the whole lot, with the exception of sector 1. So I don't know why he bailed on the lap. He would have been even faster. So Pete Newman here has not lit up any of the sector time screens, or segments rather, this lap so far, but he's just come out of the pits, that's why. Right, let's see who else is on track. Welcome back to our leagues, to Cedric. So I don't know how you say his surname, and after last week's debacle with RDJ, Ronald de Jong, that's the only time I'm trying to do a Dutch accent, because I just sound really pathetic. Cedric has rejoined us. Cedric Summerians. That's how I'm saying it. I don't know whether you want to Google that and see what Google tells you, Jay, and see how you say that name. I'm not sure. But yeah, great having him back in the league. M-Class driver. He was with us a few seasons ago, and it's good when people return. I like that. It means they enjoyed it the first time. They appreciated the league, and we can do great things with them from here on in. Right, who else do we need to call out? Who else is back that wasn't here last week? There's quite a few returning drivers from last week. Was Chesney racing last week? Maybe he was, yeah. Yep, everybody else is in. So 30 drivers tonight. Jay, it's going to be it's going to be a healthy field, I would say, healthy. Jamie Jeffrey in third at the minute. And this track obviously suits the unicorn-powered Elantra. Only one unicorn, as opposed to the 300 horses that all the other cars require. Unicorn's quite powerful though, right?
National animal of Scotland.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What's this now? What's this? Nice guide. Jason Haddington, yes. We hope to welcome you back at some point in the future. Right, what else is going on? Alan PVG is doing well with Carl. He's talking about the standings because currently Carl Hardy is in 10th place in this qualifying session, and PVG is languishing in the pits, Jay. Not where you want to be if you're currently in 15th.
Yeah, and he can't really go out now for another lap. We've got less than 4 minutes left, and with this being a 1:59 lap, I'm just looking at the time now. Probably anyone who's in the last couple of corners will be able to get another lap in, but time's running out to jockey for that position. And I'll tell you what, you may have already looked up and glanced at it, but Jaden Scott in 5th place at the moment, which is an incredible drive. I'm betting that could be a little bit of slipstreaming, but that's a great time for him so far.
Yeah. Jason Haddington says next season, if all goes well, that would be great to have the rest of Air Smart Racing here in the form of Jason, a great racer, and a great character to have in our leagues. But yeah, Jaden set himself into that pro standings. You can see him there on the timing tower on the left hand side. Let me see if Deck Crowther's paint is as I hope it would be. Where's Deck? Oh, he's in the pits. I'm not going to see him in the pits, am I? No, he's not even a car in the pit lane at the moment. Who else have we got? Where's Cedric? What's Cedric doing? Cedric's just moved up. So he's now in 28th. It's his first race back with us, so we can't expect too much too soon. Always good in the race, though. Always good in the race. CCT fans. Dietmar is in 13th, whilst Renee is in 7th. So they're both representing very well for their team. And then Callum at the moment with work to do, Jay. We usually see him. Well, he's had podiums before. I mean, maybe this is a new track to him. It's a new track to a lot of people. We heard that last week. A lot of people had to buy it first before they could race it. So, yeah, I think this one might be one that he needs to work on a bit.
Yeah, I'm just having a quick look at his times, and it's not slow. Like he's maybe at the moment his time's 2 seconds behind Greg, as we see if he makes any improvement. Now he had a good first sector. Let's see what the third looks like for him. And Callum stays in 17th for now.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, no, he's jumped up. Literally, as I say it, I'm a liar, a victim of desire. And he's up into 10th place. So 10th, he's still probably going to be a little bit disappointed with that. But 10th's a hell of a lot better than 17th and 18th. No offense to anyone who's in 17th or 18th right now.
No, not at all. And yeah, we can see from the standings that this track seems to separate out the classes quite clearly, I would say. Nearly all the blues at the very, very top, with Jaden Scotton's spoiling my argument. Nearly all the greens in the middle, with Callum currently not in the middle of it, he's at the top end of it. And then all of the AM class to the lower order. So yeah, this one seems to kind of have everybody at that level, doesn't it? Oh, Jeff is in the session, but he's not done a lap. Okay.
Yeah, just having a quick look at David Ayres, who is probably going to be the last person to put a lap in, and see if there's any improvement in David Ayres' time.
No.
And it doesn't look like it, unfortunately. So, but David's still leading the AMs, so he's going to be pretty happy with that.
I would say so, yeah. Okay, folks, we're going to move forward to the start of this 20-minute sprint race. 30% fuel, no requirement for a pit stop unless it's for damage. They all have a one fast repair. Let's go and find a car on track. Let's extend gridding. Thankfully I can't see any of the cars, which means they can't flash their lights, which is brilliant, or if they do I can't see it. Greg Daffron is your pole man for tonight. He will go off on the front row next to Pete Newman, so that should be an exciting start, especially with Stephen Lucky Wookie Walker, multiple previous champion, in third. Fourth will be Jamie Jeffrey, who we know is very fast. Jaden Scotton clearly is he's got the wick lit. Renee Earhart equally fast in sixth. Seventh will be Michael Hall, who can do dramatic things on the right day. Chris Shaw, a winner from last week, in eighth. Ronald de Jong will go off 9th. 10th will be Callum Brandt. 11th will be Daniel Lewis. 12th will be Carl Hardy. 13th will be Ural Arkinen with Dietmar Hoos in 14th. Demis Titular in 15th. Pete Van Gool PVG in 16th. Deck Crowther in 17th. 18th will be Jamie Wilson. 19th will be Chris Needham. David Ayres will go off 20th. Darrell will go off 21st. Chesney Vandenbroeke will go off 22nd. 23rd will be Andy Littler. Paul Hurley will go off 24th. 25th will be Chris Dixon. 26th will be Fiona. Marcus Kesting will go off 27th, with Cedric off 28th. 29th will be Jeff Saunders, and Logan will go off 30th. Yeah, this is Logan back to doing the last to first challenge. I've clicked the wrong button. I want to click this one. We are getting set for this heat race. We are waiting for a couple of drivers to join the grid, Pete Newman being one of them, Logan being the other. Logan did very, very well last week because with the rain he decided to quali the car, which was completely out of the norm for him. Just waiting for Logan to join. Logan being the Alpha Touring Championship organiser. That's another league that runs in an American time slot on a Tuesday, and they retrospectively broadcast on the Saturday. A great league, usually got full grids. He's now joined the grid, and here we go. 5 lights to green, and then we'll be racing at Mugello. And we are go. That was a pretty good start from the whole field, Jay.
Yeah, nice and easy there. And Greg, once again, very, very good start from Greg as always. And I've seen a fair share of people stacking it at this moment right here. So we'll see if it's exactly the same here. You're going to get people
three
going
wide.
3 wide.
Two lots, 3 wide. Good grief.
It's into the next couple of corners, and there's a little bit of contact there.
Oh, 4 wide, 5 wide.
Oh, and there is the Constantina.
Oh.
And this is where things are going to really start getting...
Oh, somebody's gone exit stage right. Who was that? Dietmar. Oh, Dietmar's... Has he hit anything? Hopefully not. We'll come back to that.
This is where we're going to see a lot of people accidentally cutting the insides of these chicanes and getting that absolutely monstrous slowdown. Then panicking because you can't really clear it straight away. But by the looks of it, I expected to see a lot more people jumping off the track there. I can't really see too much in terms of... I've just seen you've actually got the flags on your standings now.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant, cool. So Kyle Hardy is unfortunately another one who's got a meatball flag at the moment. And Logan McKinsey, it looks like they have a black flag, but I don't know if that's just something on my end or on the SDK standings.
Might be to do with a jump start, maybe. We'll go and have a look at that in a minute. This is where the biggest queue is. This is the queue for first place, believe it or not. Even though it stops at 9th, that's only because the table can't hold any more numbers. There is less than half a second between everybody, apart from... Right, this is now the queue for second, because Greg has got himself a 1.2... Oh, no, he hasn't. It's just about to drop under a second again. It's Pete Newman doing a good job of trying to reel him in. Jamie Jeffrey looking very racy. Wow. Nice line out of that corner. That was the line that you were suggesting as well, Jay.
Yeah.
Late apex. Excuse me.
Yes, you need to do what you can to get the cleanest exit out of there, because it's a long straight and you want to sort of get every single thread of slipstream that you can. Just
He's like
what Jamie Jeffrey's done here. Yeah, strange one that, 'cause, 20-minute race, you kind of want to... Oh, and Pete's overshot that corner slightly.
He has.
Which is going to bring Stephen Walker straight back in. And look at how close all these cars are at the moment up to 8th place. Gotta be so careful with some of these, because all it takes is one mistake and you're going to, especially this early in the race, have a 2-second slowdown to try and get rid of that you can't get rid of as easily as you think you can. So it does look like Logan had a bit of a jump start there, which yeah, I'll be seriously impressed now if Logan ends up making it into the top 15 now.
Yeah, absolutely. Cal Hardy had an epic off track. By the look of things. This is quite tight. Jamie Wilson is just a camera hog, isn't he? He's a camera hog. He just has to be involved just so he gets on the broadcast. But he's in like the busiest bit of the track so far. I don't know who it was that was saying that they wanted more of the sound of the cars. I think it was Tony Walker. But hopefully there's enough now.
By all means, if anyone's in that YouTube chat right now watching this live, all feedback's always welcome on the audio, so sound, no pun intended, but sound off on it. Let us know. And I hope everyone's having a fantastic time so far this evening.
Right, so this is all getting a bit gathered together behind Stephen Walker at the moment. Jaden Scotton, whatever he's been eating, I just need a spoonful of it. He is very, very fast tonight. Is that due to any particular secrets in the JC Academy camp?
Well, it best be because he's been watching my track guide, so I won't accept any other excuse.
Yeah, too right. Right, so Jamie again. I think he's. Is he trying to go around the outside? I mean, that's brave.
Yeah, going around the outside on turn 1's definitely not the move to take here, unless you're already technically in front. Because then you can at least get the inside of the start of what I'm still calling a chicane.
Yeah,
but,
I am as well.
If someone's defending the inside, you'll just want to try and tuck in where you can and keep a watch behind you to make sure you're not going to be subjected to any leg dives.
No, I mean, these guys all the way down to 6th place, which is Renee, are all in their starting positions right now, but it doesn't mean that it's in any way not interesting. It's Deck Crowther has a real good shot. This is clearly where the Audis are at. How many Audis are in the field? 4, 5,
safe driving
6
as
now.
well, like making the move, but still making sure to keep within the track limits and still pushing Jamie as well. So it's great racing from all involved.
Absolutely right. As Chris Needham goes down the inside of Deck Crowther. I'll have another look at that maybe in a second. They are side by side. They are now giving each other room. Chris Needham's a previous champ. Oh, he's let him go. Yeah, he didn't want to overtake with that hanging over it, I think. So, well done to Chris. There's always another chance, isn't there? Another opportunity, Jay. You know, you can wait for another lap or two.
Oh, definitely. And the size of the straights on here, especially the corner they're coming up to, like, what better time to mount another attack than the home straight? Which I think this is probably, apart from Daytona, probably going to be the longest front straight of the season. Maybe Road America could have something to do with that as well, but it's a long one.
Suzuka's got a monster start-finish straight as well, doesn't it?
Yes, that's true. That's true. There's a few of them. I think Mugello. Oh wow, look at that!
Oh,
keeping to it.
That was nice.
And yeah, I think Mugello just beats it on that one, but no, it's a good place to slipstream, get that next attack going.
Look at Ronald here, really crawling all over the Audi of Chris Shaw in front of him.
Ooh, and that's extremely close.
Brilliant.
Yeah, Ronald's definitely got the pace here. Chris is just positioning the car perfectly at the moment, where it's making Ronald think twice about sending it on certain corners. Even though this is MotoGP, has been used for Formula 1 as well. You'd be shocked, Pete, with how hard it actually is to overtake on this track at times.
Yeah, I mean, look at that.
I've just been proved wrong. Look at that. Why would Michael do that and call me a liar?
Yeah, I think Ronald absolutely opened the door and let him through, but point well made. This is not easy, is it? Because the next corner is generally against you on this track every single time. And you can see the massive trainer cars. Ignore car 29 and 30, which have been to the pits. Everybody else is in one huge train with just one little gap in the middle there, about where Callum is. There we go. There's the gap in front of Callum, and behind him at the minute as well. All right, let's have a look at some of the incidents that went on. This is what happened to Carl Hardy that sent him to the pits. Or is he on his own at this point? Oh no, hang on. That's not the one. I don't know what this is trying to show me, but that was an off track apparently. I think it was cutting the corner at one of the... Oh, this'll do it.
That would have been a slow... Oh, he actually went off just before the end of that replay, so it looks like it was a bit of a off track.
Yeah, I've got...
He's been hit on the back driver side. Oh, sorry, wrong side of the cars, isn't it?
Passenger side panel. Ooh, ow. Ooh. So he was the one that got into the back of Dietmar. So no Christmas card from the Cutting Corny team this year. And then he's obviously got enough damage to meatball him, so he's pulled off to the side. Okay, so that's all of the incidents at the start of this race, folks. There are no others. There's a few overtakes, which we've seen most of. And Chris Shaw under bags of pressure now from Michael Hall here, who seems to have the car underneath him, Jay. He seems to have a lot of speed in this.
Yeah, the practice sessions that come up for BSTV, you always see a lot of the result umbrella and a few others in the league as well jumping into those sessions. And just, they're usually the case with all touring cars on any track. Just the more practice you get, you'll just naturally meld with the car and the track. And Michael's really showing. Literally, practice makes perfect at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, we got lots of cars. Oh my word! and Ronald's had to go to the kitty litter in order to save that one. I don't think there was any contact. It was just trying to be out of the way. That Crowther doing a great job.
That's perfect for our DJ, actually. Those two going too wide.
Yeah, that'll bring him back in.
In the middle of everybody else's lines. Yeah, Ronald's going to have a bit of a run on these. I don't know exactly how strong it is. We focus on Daniel Lewis at 0.9, the gap between them. But Daniel Lewis is, of course, in an Audi, which, you know, has an extra 40,000 horsepower in it.
Yeah, it does look like that at times.
Have Nicola in the chat as well. Nicola Jeffrey, I hope you're having a fantastic evening so far.
Yeah, Jamie definitely
currently
is.
in fourth. Yeah, fourth is a great so far.
Through this massive chicane.
Keep him within the podium positions.
Nice lines through that first section there as well.
Pete Newman has a slowdown.
Oh.
So going to find out just how hard it is to get rid of it.
He might... Yeah. Oh, look at Stephen crawling onto him now.
There it is. He's got it off, but it's a little too late for Pete. And Stephen Walker makes the move. And it looks like Jamie Jeffrey might try a dive in here, but thinks better of it. Just decides to keep it neat and tidy with those getting in behind.
He is an opportunist driver, though. He will. He doesn't need an invite. He will invite himself. That does give Greg Daffon, the most Frenchman ever, a 4.3 second gap, folks, for RD's Simsport. Absolutely dominant at the minute. And then these three bring up the next little group of cars. And Jaden Scotton is desperately trying to bridge that gap again.
Yeah, he's just under a second behind. He actually had a better corner coming out than a few of those in front, but all he needs to do is just keep within those top three. In fact, he's got nearly 5 seconds. In fact, he has got over 5 seconds on the next in Pro-Am's Chris Shaw. So as long as Jaden just keeps it clean and keeps close to the three in front so he can take the toe, then could be on for a Pro-Am victory in Heat 1 tonight.
Yeah. 2x2 here, PVG and Jamie Wilson. Jamie giving plenty of room there. He might get the cut back here and get an advantage going into this second phase.
Oh, that's a cheeky dive in there.
That's lovely.
And, PVG's going to have the inside line here, but the outside, even though it is a lot tighter corner than you think it is, the outside line there, if you can get it just right like Jamie did there, it's there you go, it gives you the advantage. But as always, the line from PVG on that chicane is a little bit better there, but Derek behind has got to run on both of them fighting. He's going to go in for a move here, but thinks better of it.
Whoops.
Oh no, he's gone for it anyway, and PVG's oh, and what happened with PVG there? It looked like he sort of faltered into there, and maybe jumping from Derek just there maybe spooked PVG out a little bit there, and I've just seen a lot of gravel all of a sudden, but maybe that's just people going wide in the middle of the Arabiatas.
I think it is, yeah, because there's no events on the event tracker. Not that that can always be trusted, but yeah, PVG's back on the boot lid of Deck Crowther. Sorry about the camera work, folks. I am looking for one decent, even slightly decent cameraman. All I've got right now is me. Oh, and further back, oh, Dietmar and Andy Littler trading a bit of paint back here. Dietmar delayed, obviously.
Did have a slowdown there, so that might have towards the end. So that might have been a clue why Derek managed to get a really nice move on him there.
Yeah, yeah. Where's Cedric in his first race back? He's up 2 places so far in that Audi, making it work for him at the moment. He's got Dietmar. Well, Dietmar's well out of position, 11 places down from his start currently because he had to recover the car from inside the gravel trap at turn 3.
Great exit out there.
Yeah, lovely job. Andy Littler's done what he needs to do and stayed to the right. But has he got the speed? Oh, he has. He's got the speed to stay alongside.
Now the preferred inside line as well. Just depends how. Oh, Dietmar going quite early on the throttle there with the understeer taking him out, but it's given him a chance to get
Oh,
inside.
not yet.
They're both giving each other room here. And look at
Nice
that.
racing. Nice racing.
Both in completely different classes there, but still maintaining great competitive, safe driving.
Well, this lends itself to what you were saying before about it being so hard to overtake here. The next corner is generally against you when you're trying to do an overtake.
Yeah, and Fiona has a slowdown at the moment in 2-3 cars in front of them. So look at the queue of cars behind Fiona.
Yeah.
While she's trying to get rid of that slowdown. Goes a little bit wide here, and the
Oh,
slowdown is off at last.
Yeah.
But Paul's probably not going to be too happy
Oh!
about that. Oh, and the dive just in there from the other, and a little bit of a push just there. And I think Andrew was about to go in for a return just there.
He was, but he thought better of it. Possibly rightly so. Oh, Dietmar's gone super wide.
Oh no, he's going to get it back now.
Yep, there you go.
It's so easy to
and he's going to lose more. No, he's not. Yes, he is. No, he's not.
Yes, he is. No, no, to me.
Nicola's asking Alan, does he miss the commentating?
Well, we miss having Alan in the booth.
Yeah.
That's for sure. When I posted, I don't know if you saw on the socials for BSTV. I think I posted it yesterday actually. Posted the race replay of the last time we were at Mugello, which was about a year ago, 2 years ago, I think it was, for one of the endurance rounds. And it was good to hear Sir Alan on the comms for that one. It was a really good race rewind. That one. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, that was a great race. I remember it myself. All the action is back here with, I shouldn't say back here, but it is back here. AM-Class duking it out with Pro-Ams at the minute. Although this is an all AM-Class affair. Paul Hurley getting his elbows out with Fee. And then just behind here, Cedric getting around Andy Littler. And Dietmar making it work now as well. Marcus Kesting there. Also making his way through, nearly anyway. And Jeff Saunders, who we know is an introduction to the car. Just getting used to it all. And look who's caught up with everybody. Logan McKenzie.
This should be interesting, but we've only got 2 minutes 20 left. So we'll see if Logan wants to make the passes or if Logan just restarts his last to first challenge and sticks where he is for now.
Well, he's currently in 29th. I reckon he'll cross the line in 20th. Greg Daffron is your race leader at the moment. He leads by 4.8 seconds over Stephen Walker.
And this is the final lap. We've just hit 18 minutes and 10 seconds. So by the time, yeah, there we go. We've got the official flag rate waving for the white flag as well. So last lap for Pete Newman to try and get sent past Stephen Walker, and he's keeping it nice and tight. It's going to be a tiny bit of contact here.
No.
Pete's going to have an opportunity here. Then it's back to Stephen with the advantage. But if Pete can maintain the speed on the outside, then this is going to go into the next set of corners, turns 4 and 5. And I think Stephen's going to let Pete have this one and try and get him on the cutback.
On the second cutback, this is going to be. Yeah.
Yep. And look at that. It's just like a much better line.
Bit of a run, but not much.
Yeah, you can kind of do a cutback here as well, but it's a little bit riskier because the corners are a little bit. They're not as tight, and it's very easy to overrun it here. But Pete Newman with a fantastic bit of battle in there. Kept it nice and true. Kept it nice and tight as well. And Stephen Walker actually has a slowdown as well, which means Jamie Jeffrey could have a chance here.
Where is he? Oh, he's not that far away.
Less than a second, and Stephen Walker's got to find some way, if he takes this corner wide, that does a really good job of knocking a couple of tenths off of that slowdown. He does go out a bit wide to go inside, and Jamie Jeffrey's inside. And I think Stephen Walker's timed it just right here.
I think he has. Wow.
It's the very quick final chicane just there, the Biodetti, sorry. But Greg Daffron's going to go through and pick up another Heat 1 win. fantastic clean drive just there, and in the
Oh,
background
yeah.
just there. Might be worth having a quick look at this because it's going to be a drag race to the finish. I think, though,
Stephen's
Stephen
got
Walker's just going
this.
to have it. He has.
Yeah, very
Unlucky
nice.
for Jamie Jeffrey. That was so close. Stephen literally timed that so perfectly for the cameras, as well as Jaden Scotton gets the Pro-Am win as well. A top 5 overall. What a result for Jaden.
Yeah, very good result. Very classy. I'm going to go and find out what Dietmar's up to, because he's in the thick of this fight here with Fee. He's going to get this done, is he? Is he? I don't even know that he is, you know.
Race.
I don't think he's going to... Oh, he is.
The second... Oh, just. I was about to say, Fiona having the outside line just there could have given her a little bit extra speed there, but... it's close again.
Wow, that's close. Yeah, very, very close. Where's Logan at? Where's Logan? He is now over the line. Just waiting on the last man, Carl Hardy. That was a bit of a bumpy start for the Pie Man, wasn't it? And it's it certainly worked out that he's been shuffled back there. Let's have a look at the standings at the end of Heat 1. I missed the time with Pete, but I was under increasing physical pressure, which I don't miss at all, says Alan. Yes, absolutely. As long as he can enjoy the racing from the comfort of wherever he's sat right now, that's all that matters. So Greg Daffron is your... And with lots of whiskey, obviously. Greg Daffron is the race winner here for the sprint race. Yet again, he's good at winning these sprint races, isn't he, Jay? He's making a habit of this. For RD Simsport, Pete Newman finished second for Result X Pure Sims. Stephen Walker finished third there. We saw that last minute battling, and he's brought some points home for BSTV Esports. Jamie Jeffrey finished fourth, nearly third, for Coupes and Convertibles Racing. And then the first of the AM class races, not that Jay is at all biased, but Jaden Scotton, first in class for Pro-Am, fifth on track, JC Academy. Renee Earhart, sixth overall for Cutting Corny TCR team, with Michael Hall in seventh for Result X Pure Sims. Second in class, eighth on track, Chris Shaw for Ascari Auto Sport. That's going to be a good starting position for him in the second race. Ninth will be, was Daniel Lewis. I'm not doing the grid. And third in class for Blade Designs SRL. Jura Larkinen, 10th tonight for Hydro Race Racing Forces, with RDJ 11th. 12th, Callum Brandt for RD Simsport. Demis Tictular 13th for Hydro Race Racing Forces. Jamie Wilson 14th for Team Chimera. Deck Crowther 15th for Blade Designs SRL. Pete Van Gool, PVG 16th for Result Clothing. Chris Needham 17th for Airsmart Racing, with David Ayres, the first AM class driver, over the line for Safeguard. I think I clicked that, don't I? Yeah. 19th, Chesney Vandenbroek. And second in class for JC Academy. Your drivers have done well tonight. It's a good result.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Darrell Wright, third in class, 20th on track. Result Clothing, sorry. Chris Dixon, 21st for Safeguard. Paul Hurley, 22nd for Just an Average Sim Racer. Blade Designs, Just an Average Sim Racer. Dietmar Hoos, 23rd for Cutting Corny. Fee was 24th for Work Hard, ahead of her teammate Andy Littler. In 25th. 26th was Marcus Kesting. 27th was Jeff Saunders. Logan McKinsey was 28th. And then we've got a couple more. There we go. Cedric was 29th. And Carl Hardy was 30th for Result X Pure Sims. Well, that one was full of brilliant racing. I like the drama, in inverted commas, when the racing is as clean as that, Jay. I mean, that was pretty good. That was proper professional top draw stuff.
Oh yeah, Mugello will absolutely give you that. It's a very easy track to battle on, I think, even though it's tough to pass on, as the front straight wideness of the actual road narrows so much from turns 1 all the way up to turn 7, and then the Arabiatas are just if you're on cold tires, can be an absolute death trap. But as we saw with a lot of people during that race, there was a lot of side by sides. People were keeping it respectfully clean as well, and yeah, it was great for us watching.
Yeah, and we're about to embark upon a 40-minute feature race where a pit stop is pretty much mandatory. You've got to be some sort of superhuman entity to fuel save this one for a no-stopper. So you will see the whole field come in, folks. Usually the window opens around lap 6 or 7, and then any time between then and most of the rest of the race. We're seeing lots of split strategies. Here you go. We're going to watch Callum do a pit lane practice. It's pretty good. And straight into pit box for Callum there. Good bit of introduction to that. You do need to practice some of these, folks, because it's not the easiest thing to achieve on all these tracks, and especially on a track like this, Jay, where it's a fast entry into pit lane. You can easily get yourself a penalty by going through that yellow cone gate too quickly.
Yeah, we've had some nasty pit entries and exits over the course of this season, so it's nice to get one that's actually semi-normal in terms of a Grand Prix circuit. But yeah, with that does carry its own risk of carrying too much speed into the pits. If you're pitting at the same time as well, we've seen already people in clusters of like 3, 4, and sometimes 6 and 7 cars. So if you get more than one going into the pits at the same time, we could see some interesting developments.
Yes, I totally agree. We've seen some congested pit lane entries before. Spa was one of them. Or was that last season? I can't remember. They blend together for me a lot, you know. Right, so let's focus on Ronald's car while we run through the grid. Deck Crowther will be your poleman in this feature race. That's his reward for finishing 15th in the sprint race, reverse 15 in this league, folks. Jamie Wilson will go off on the front row next to him. Demis Tigchular off third. Fourth will be Callum Brandt. Fifth will be RDJ, Ronald de Jong. Sixth will be Euro Larkinen. Daniel Lewis off seventh. Eighth will be Chris Shaw. Ninth will be Michael Hall. I need to extend gridding. Forgot. 10th will be Renee. Jaden will go off 11th. Jamie Jeffrey. All the unicorns in 12th starting. 13th will be... Wow, that's a different camera. 13th will be Stephen Walker. 14th will be Pete Newman. Greg Daffron off 15th. 16th will be PVG. 17th is Chris Needham. 18th, Flashy. Chesney Vanderbroeke will go off 19th. 20th, Darrell Wright. 21st, Chris Dixon. 22nd, Paul Hurley. 23rd, Dietmar Hoos. 24th, Fee. 25th will be, when it updates, Andy Littler. 26th, Marcus Kesting. Jeff Saunders off 27th. Logan will go off 28th, hoping for a better start. Cedric will go off 29th, and Carl will go off 30th. Those flashing your lights at the back, that's a 1,000-point penalty. 1,000 points. Right, let's go and find you some graphics to look at, folks. Honestly, none of these people like points, do they, Jay? Really don't. It's like a point allergy. That's all I'm going to say. Look at them, folks. This is what we have to deal with in this league. I blame David Ayres for all of it. You can see him there, just on the right-hand side. The lights are still flashing. Most people have quit. He won't.
Suppose they have headlights left after all this. Like, we should do what NASCAR does and just put decals of lights on.
Oh, that's a good idea. This is why he ends up running out of fuel over the line, because he's used all his electric in the car.
Oh, we're running a hybrid this season.
Yeah, just don't tell him. Just don't tell him. And honestly, Callum, I thought better of you. I really did. Right, here we go, folks. They'll all start paying attention very shortly. Everybody's on the grid now.
Could be interesting with no Logan, which we're so used to seeing towards the front, how the whole field reacts to this one. This could end up getting pretty tasty.
Lights were held for a while.
Oh, and
that's Demis that's gone slow.
Terrible. It's already about to go 3 wide onto the entry of turn 1, and this could make or break a couple of people's races as we've got one of the Audis
4
going
wide,
in on
5
the
wide, 4 wide.
inside, 4 wide. James
No.
got in the perfect position just there for it, whilst everyone else is still filtering across. And
Paul Hurley's
there's
wide.
one of the JS, one of the JS cars going there. And if no one gets a slowdown here, and Jamie
what was that?
Jamie Jeffrey taking a little tiny hit there and going over to the side, but keeps it on the track. Nobody, unbelievably, Pete, with a slowdown that I can see within this vicinity of cars here. Yet, no, I kid you not. Everyone keeping it nice and clean, 2 wide. And, beautiful, beautiful fighting from everybody. And everyone managing to get themselves sorted out really nicely there. Still Derek in the lead with Jamie Wilson, Callum Brandt jumping up a couple of positions, and Daniel Lewis jumping up even more. Finds himself in a battle with RDJ at the moment, with Michael and Chris Shaw coming up behind Euro Larkin and Jaden Scotton, rounding up the rest of the top 10 with Dennis. And there's contact just there, and that's Daniel Lewis.
No!
Into the wall.
Oh dear. Well, that was fantastically exciting until it really wasn't.
Just everybody exiting out of the Arrabbiata 2, I don't know what 2 is in Italian, but how the Arrabbiata 2 with completely different speeds, and when everyone's going at different speeds there in a pack like that, sometimes it just becomes a lottery, and unfortunately no Euro Millions win there. But wow, for Daniel Lewis, or for, I think that was Andrew Littler.
It was. We'll have a look at that again in a minute. Oh, Chris Needham, what's going on? Oh, no. Oh, my word.
And another.
Ooh. Oh, he's reset the car. Right, we've got a lot of meatballs. I can see them on the standings. Oh, dear.
Wow. Let's breathe for a second. Jamie Wilson about to make a move on Derek Crowther.
Yeah, Alan has managed to commentator's curse without being a commentator. Look at that. Great start by everyone. Ag.
What can't he do?
Yeah. A little bit of intimacy there from Jamie on Deck's rear. It's just what I'm saying, folks. Just what I'm saying.
Yep.
Oh, there's a lot going on back here.
Happened here again. Just seeing Carl on the radio. I didn't see exactly what was said, but Carl going all the way back, a reset to the pits as well. Not seeing a meatball there, so I just don't know if that's frustration. Perhaps.
Maybe. Jamie Jeffrey making his way through.
Yep.
Where is Jamie? Oh, there.
Top 9 Demish just had a slowdown, but it looks like he was able to. And a dive there between 2 result cars, a little bit of contact as well, but not enough to send anybody off. And that's PVG in a battle there with Pete Newman, Stephen Walker lurking behind. And look who is behind Stephen Walker.
Yeah.
Making
Logan
his way up
McKenzie.
quite nicely.
So he's already up 13 places from the start.
Brilliant stuff. We're just seeing on your standings just there, Jaden Scott going up a place, overtaking Chris Shaw.
I know.
So
good scalp.
Right behind you got the ever so quick Michael Hall, Euro, who is always up there when it comes to pro-ams. And then you've got the train of Jamie Jeffrey, Greg Daffron and co. So expect to see a passing attempt or 2 here. I think Michael's got a really good run here on Chris Shaw, but Chris Shaw is obviously in an Audi, which is made by NASA.
Yeah.
It seems on the iRacing servers when it comes to anything that doesn't have corners.
Sponsored by Rocket Fuel.
There's could be a little bit of a look on the inside there as Jamie Wilson defending against Callum. Callum ideally, for not just for himself but for RD Simsport as well, needs to try and dispatch the 2 people in pro-ams as quick as possible, but you're chasing 2 Audis. A little bit of a scatter across the kitty litter there will delete a lot of that top speed from the Audi there, but Callum
nice
just
car
not able
position,
to take
though.
advantage.
Yeah, Jamie did well there to place his car in a defensive and fair position. Cedric's gone to pit road now as well. Right, let's have a quick look at one of the incidents, very quick. This is Andy Littler. This is why he was Oh no, he's already done whatever happened by the time he's got to this point. And I've not got any other incidents showing for Andy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I can't find you that one, I'm afraid, folks. That's the only thing I've got for him.
A hell of a belt on the driver's side front. Whereas, oh, interesting place to get a pass done there by Greg.
Yeah, on the super fast Jamie Jeffrey. I mean, good grief. Oh, he's gone. He's gone.
A little bit of drifting as well, and Jamie Jeffrey's surely going to try and go side by side
drain
with him
pipe.
here.
Yeah, he'll be through on him. Or
this
he'll
will be
trying.
perfect for everybody. Ooh, that was so close there. This is going to be a godsend for everyone behind him trying to keep up with them. Oh, I just
heard something.
Yep, something big's happened. It's Demis.
Is it?
No, it's not Demis. No.
It's these two. It is Demis, but it's with Stephen, and the fight ahead is still going on. We're going to have a look at it.
Heavier than that.
It did, didn't it? Oh, look at this. Pete
and
Newman.
It's Pete Newman. With the two going side by side in front, it's allowed Pete Newman a chance. He is going to have the less than ideal back line as Jamie Jeffrey's actually pushing Greg to make sure that they stay too wide into the next corner.
That's clever stuff, though, isn't it? It really is. That's the true racer in Jamie.
Yeah, and it's put Jamie back in front of Pete Newman as Pete tries to dive into here. He's not got enough to make a move stick and solidify, and that was actually a big godsend for Greg just there.
It is, but you could see what Jamie was trying to achieve.
I personally think Jamie was pushing the wrong car there.
Actually, you might not be wrong, but if you were to say, right, which car am I going to get the biggest tow from right now? You would put your money on Greg, wouldn't you? Because he's the fastest car around the circuit.
True.
But I get your point.
I'd like to stoke the fires.
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying.
Pete and Greg, Pete a bit more in front of Greg, which would have meant that Pete would have been a bit more confident on that outside line, meaning both cars would take the next few chicanes, in my mind anyway, take the next few chicanes together, potential slowdown. Jamie Jeffrey goes through, but you know that's hindsight, isn't it?
It is.
If that had worked differently, then I wouldn't even be talking about this. So.
Look at that. You don't get any closer than that. You can't even get a Rizzler paper between them. Chris Shaw literally pushing Michael Hall round the track after he overtook him a couple of corners ago. We watched it live.
I think Michael might have overdone. No, he's
done all right, yeah.
Pretty decently for that one, and Michael's going to get the slipstream of Jane Scott in front. Plus, by the looks of it, a cheeky push from an Audi.
Yeah. Chris Shaw dropped right off the back of that Honda, leaving the last corner, which is inexplicable, really. Deck Crowther is still your race leader. He's getting mobbed on a regular basis, though. Callum Brandt still has done nothing with Jamie Wilson up here. You were saying he wants to dispatch him quick. He kind of did need to, didn't he? And he's not managed to do it.
He only has 2 pro-ams between him and the next pro, which is Michael Hall. And Michael Hall is under 2 seconds behind Chris Shaw at the moment. Let's have a look. Michael Hall we're on board with at the moment. Has Callum Brandt 1.5 seconds in front. Then he's got Greg DeFron 1 second behind him. So, I mean, on the RD Simsport brain, it's perfect. I'm pretty sure Callum Brandt will want to sort of carve his own name in this race, and the 2 pro-ams in front of him, both being Audis as well, are kind of making that a bit difficult for him.
Yeah, and Greg has got a bit of a rolling roadblock in front of him at the minute. So, or has he? I think he's just picked the lock on it now. Down the inside of Ura. Ura. Or is he?
Ura's not making it easy, but with Ura
got
having
out
a bit
the
of
way
a compromised
of him now.
entrance.
Yeah. And Ura's about to get freight trained.
Yep, there's one, and here comes the other, that inside line.
Yeah.
How's Ura going to react to this? I think Ura's still slightly by the side of Jamie Wilson here.
I think he's done Jamie Jeffrey, but yeah, he's through on him now.
Yeah, sorry, Jamie Jeffrey. Too many Jamies.
I know. If they get together, you know what happens.
Yeah.
Everybody gets called Jamie. Right, so Logan has got Ura on the menu for his next victim.
Yep, 0.3 in front of the moment. Got PVG behind, nearly a second, so PVG's going to get a slight bit of slipstream here, but he's probably going to be a bit more worried the fact that he's got a wild Stephen Walker right behind. Stephen Walker's already making his intentions known with the move,
Wow.
and that's the speed that he's putting into there looks frightening, doesn't it?
It did. That was just unbelievable.
Announcing his move quite early there has probably helped Stephen out quite a lot there. PVG's just like, yeah, you know what, just go for it. It's fine.
The thing that stuns me is Stephen Walker has not gained positions since the start of the race. Logan is up 16 places, so I don't know whether Stephen Walker has got some other strategy going on or whether he got tied up in somebody else's mess at the beginning.
Yeah, it could have been that. Could have been a slowdown. There's a lot of factors on this track in particular that can really play havoc with your strategy.
Deck Crowther still leads this race. He's been leading it now for 6 laps. This is possibly going to be the start of the pit window, maybe, for those that need a regular pit stop. Jamie Wilson is still second with Callum Brandt. Moved up to third. Leapfrogged a few people that have now dropped a few places back. Jaden, I thought, was going to have a door open there, but Callum brought that back down to an apex late in the corner. And we've got Ronald and Michael now fully at it, Jay.
A late move here from Michael, but once again, actually, no, I'll take that
control,
back. Kind of like Stephen, he did make the move known a bit earlier than what a lot of people normally would on that corner. Usually be a straight up dive, but Michael sort of moved in out a little bit earlier, let his intentions known.
Oh, we've got a drag race for first. Audi on Audi.
What has to do here is just keep it nice and tight, and it's going to be a close one here.
2 by 2.
And hurrah, hurrah. The TCRs went in 2 by 2. Hurrah, hurrah. I can't think of any rhyme or else I'd carry on.
So Dak loses the lead, and they're fighting behind Michael Hall and Jaden. 2 by 2 now as well. Or just too wide, actually. Look at this, though. Massive train of cars.
Give it a good run out of here from Jaden.
Yeah.
Look at that gaggle, that sliver.
Oh, Ronald. Ronald's so close to the back of Jaden's car.
Then you got Greg so close to the back there. Oh, I think Greg's going to make a move here. Ronald going too wide there.
Yeah.
DJ going too wide. 2 wheels on the kitty litter, and that's all it takes. And once again, once Greg gets past you, you've opened the door for Pete and Jamie as well to attempt the same thing. This time Jamie's not been able to get through.
No,
so we'll see if this means that a gap can be made. I don't think anyone's going to end up gapping anybody at all.
No, and first to what is this? 13th is 2.6 seconds.
Wow. This is the beauty of this track, you know, sometimes.
Yeah.
Now, Pete, what are you going to do here? Are you going to pit? Or are you going to try fuel saving? Because there's someone who is doing what I probably would have done.
Yeah, get out of trouble.
Here.
Yeah, I like that strategy. That's got.
While you got a couple of pro-ams in front, get your pit stop done. Because look how, like, any other track, no offense to the 2 who are doing a fantastic job where they are at the moment, but any other track, you're going to have Callum Brandt and Michael Hall already past you in the second race. It's not working at Mugello, so you need to try something completely different.
And Jamie Wilson making a good fist of this at the minute. He's going to maybe be a little concerned that out of his front windscreen you can see a back marker in the form of Andy Littler, because he might be catching him quite quick.
Lips at this one.
Yeah, well, me too, but Well, I'd be normally licking windows, but never mind. Oh, Logan! No, that wasn't open. That was not an opportunity. But he's made it an opportunity.
And there it is, Jamie Jeffrey losing another space after that. For sure, getting through. You're larking. Look at this on the inside.
Look at the congestion caused just by that one little incident, which, of course, for Jamie Jeffrey is a big incident. I don't think that door was open, do you?
I'll be honest, I was looking at the times to see what times Andrew Little was getting, just to see if I could find any sort of guesstimation of when they're going to meet.
I think this is a send. Let's have a look.
Let's have a look. Logan thought about it, and then I think he tried backing out at the last moment, but
right.
That outside line can be quite potent sometimes. It has a slight camber about it, as we see another group go in. That's Michael
4 of them.
Greg Dethron as well.
Michael.
And there was Jamie Jeffrey nearly going into the back of Chris Shaw there.
Really?
On that pit entry. Yeah, that was really close.
I can't get a decent camera.
Pete Newman's the one that we're going to be looking out for here. He did, of course, pit 1 lap earlier as he starts coming around that final corner there. I've not noticed any... In fact, at Pete's time, it seemed like he had a really good Sector 2 out there. So...
Let's see what happens here.
If he gets in front of Greg. Greg, I think, would be the main one here.
He's going to have a lot of speed.
A lot of speed, and Michael Hall's going to... Wow. Wow, that is a fantastic undercut just there from Pete.
Yeah, you called that.
Stuff.
Good call.
It is a great call from Pete, to be honest. If he hadn't pit there, then who knows what state the race will be in. And I wonder if a few who are in this league group here are watching that, especially Callum, and Callum might be thinking, I need to get out of here and pit now.
Yeah.
But if either of those Audis pit in front of him, then he might have to reconsider, but he's not going to have a lot of reaction time to decide what he's going to do here.
No, I know. Jamie Wilson's your race leader at the minute. Deck Crowther, who was your pole man, is in second. He's doing a great job of keeping with this lot. Callum Brandt, struggling, I would say, for an overtake here. And then Jaden is putting pressure on Callum. And then the mighty Logan, who I think, when I look at it on my other screen, you are right. He's tried to bail out of that attempt, hasn't he? And it's not worked for him. Oh, and Andy Littler has kept out of the way here for the leader.
That's another free in. That's Callum Brandt, Jaden Scotton,
and RDJ. Yeah.
And suddenly, I've now got a Windows 10 support and soon screen coming up on my screen.
Can
you please go away? There we go. Remind me later, aka never.
Never. Chesney's in as well, gone in the same lap as his teammate Jaden.
Yeah, Pete Newman's actually set the quickest first sector of the race so far.
Oh, really? Right, okay. He needs to, because he's got company.
Last lap, sorry.
Oh, right, okay.
So I want to have a quick look at what his lap time is. A 1:59.74 is the current quickest from Stephen Walker, and Pete Newman.
He's just sailing
less than a
past
tenth.
Him.
Yeah. Ooh, an RD Simsport sandwich just here.
Wow.
There's a good pit stop from Callum just there. Pitting a lap later does mean that he takes on a little less fuel, which is a slight advantage in itself, which is giving him well, perfect for Greg, because it means Michael Hall can't run away anymore because he's got Callum in front of him.
Yeah,
Logan with a better attempt at overtake, admittedly there.
He's got grip hacks on, hasn't he? He has to. That was too quick. Oh, what's going on here? Again. What is going on here?
Michael getting brave here, and this is a godsend for those behind. Oh, and a little tap just there from
another.
And Michael getting tag teamed at the moment by RD Simsport. A lot of up and under in. Greg's going to have a great run through here on the up and under.
And he's not happy.
Not happy. And Greg's actually held back on getting another move done now. I wonder if Greg's actually keeping a watch of Jamie Jeffrey behind. He's got Jaden in between, but do you feel we've seen it already? The amount of times people go too wide onto these courses, how quick everybody behind starts catching them up. It does sort of you're having to have an extra set of eyes in the back of your head at all times, more than usual for a track like this when you're battling.
Yeah, Michael's gone defensive here, but it's worked for him. And the battle box just added Chris Shaw and RDJ onto this battle whilst they were scrapping. So you're absolutely right. It hoovers people onto the back of these groups, doesn't it?
Absolutely. We've got a few more going to the pits. That's David Ayres, Keston and Saunders at the moment.
And Michael Hall, mega defensive, bolted it to the right-hand side of the track for a moment. Callum trying to go around the outside. We've seen so many try this, and sometimes it does work.
All there is, you just got to be a little bit earlier on the throttle. You know you're not going to get all the way to the right-hand side. So it sort of gives you an excuse to think, well, I'm going to understeer anyway. I might as well go for it. And this is tasty as Jamie Jeffrey as well, going to the inside of Jane Scott. And Jane's going to let him have it. But Audi of Chris Shaw behind looking to consolidate that place as well. And he's actually going to go in for a move.
Yeah. Excuse me, room for a little one.
Yeah, Jaden's going to have an inside line here.
Not got that done. Not got it done. Jaden's going to come back.
You've got to be so close here.
Nice line from Jaden, to be fair. Like that.
Yeah, Chris isn't going to have the room to use all the track on exit, so it's going to give Jaden a chance, and with a bit of a squeeze there.
Yeah. 3 different manufacturers on your screen.
Yeah, the car in front isn't a Toyota.
Yeah. Logan has made his way to the front now. That move is done, like, literally corner behind us. So he will pick up a lead lap point. Jamie Wilson had picked up all the ones prior to that, apart from the ones that Deck Crowther had. And Stephen Walker sails it straight into 3rd place there. Owes us a pit stop, though.
Yep, and we're going to see something on the other end of the scale here when it comes to Logan. See, we've got quite a few people pitting early to try and get out of the Constantinas and just the congestion. And now Logan has clear track in front of him, and I know Logan will go until that tank is absolutely dry now. So we get to see what Logan can do with better tyres and lower fuel.
And a clear track.
And a shorter pit stop.
Yeah. Very good point. Meanwhile, Greg has made his way through, finally, on Michael Hall. Takes a lot of extra corner there. Don't know whether that was a slowdown, probably not.
Nothing showing up on my side for that one.
No. It must have been just on the right side of bad. So now the pressure is for Michael to keep Jamie Jeffrey off him.
I don't know if you saw it a couple of corners before that, but Jamie Jeffrey was all over the back of Michael Hall. He's going to get a really good run on him here. And Michael's going to, I think Michael's going to really struggle to keep Jamie behind. Jamie's really driving with a purpose at the moment.
He
Probably senses after watching Michael get smacked around a little bit by the 2 RD Simsports that maybe he can strike while the iron is hot.
Yeah, and Jamie was fast in the first event here, the sprint race. So he knows what he's doing around this track. Bit hot into that corner, I would say, but he'll pick it up on the late exit, maybe. Rob Sutherland says everyone was waiting to see if Pete Newman came out in fresh air.
Yeah, it was close, wasn't it?
It was.
So close.
Oh, what's going on here? Oh, that's a Stephen Walker. Oh.
Yep, Stephen dispatching of Jamie quite nicely there, to be honest. So now we've got Logan and Stephen, two of the quickest people on the track. Now with cleaner air in front of them, trying to take advantage of that as much as possible. I think we're going to get some,
Multi 21.
Yeah, and I don't blame them, to be honest.
No, me
Greg's
neither.
got a big lead in that championship at the moment, but could always be bigger.
If some is good, then more should be better, right?
Yes, I'm going to steal that. Now, Michael Hall still in front of Jamie Jeffrey at the moment. Got some great racing going on. Callum, I think, has got the pace about him to keep that car in front of Michael Hall and Jamie Jeffrey till the end of the race, especially if these two keep fighting, get a few too wides. And at the same time, Callum's still just within a second of Greg, so a little bit of slipstreaming along the way just to sort of top up a little bit of the extra mile per hour.
Yeah, Greg's got himself a good amount of air between himself and his teammate now. Pete Newman is 4 seconds, nearly 5 seconds up the road from him. That's a big gap, but there's still, what, a quarter of the race plus to go. Deck Crowther finally has joined pit road. He's not the last though by any means. There's still 7 cars around him that have not pitted. Greg's putting in purple times. Logan's putting in purple times. A 1:59.67 last time round was the fastest lap of the race, even if it wasn't the fastest sector times. Interesting.
And if I was anybody from JAS right now, I'd be taking a screenshot of those standings with Paul Hurley so high up. He is going into the pit lane, so it would be interesting to see where he comes out compared to David Ayres. And I think someone's just gone off the track.
Oh, what?
I've got whoever's in 27th. Showing up on my mini-map, it's 28th. So Andy. Yeah, right. Littler's off. Right, I just saw
Oh yeah, it's because I've only got one half of the event. Okay. On his own. If, is this going to be an over rotation? He's going to tip it in with too much. No, he's just.
Something.
Now that looks like a technical issue to me. Maybe his screens went black. That looks like what that is likely to be.
Has disconnected, so.
Yeah, maybe
so,
it was.
Some things happened there.
Was it a manual?
That's unfortunate. Manually disconnected.
Gotcha. Right. Okay. So I think that was a technical issue, and then he's canned it, if you know what I mean. So your race leader is Logan McKenzie even. He is up only 27 places from his start position. Stephen Walker is shadowing him, but not pressuring him.
Stephen Walker with the quickest second sector of the whole race so far this lap.
Oh, yeah.
So could be in for possibly quickest lap of the race. He's actually getting so close at the moment. He's now nearly within 1.1 seconds.
No.
2-3 tenths quicker than Logan last lap. Be interesting to see Greg's lap as well. But Jamie Wilson, Demis, and Dietmar all bustling into the pits right now. That means the top 3 on your screen on the standings are the only 3 who haven't jumped into the pits yet.
Yeah, and Pete Newman is going to go rocketing past the guys in the pits at the moment. Jamie just leaving the pits now. So a good, healthy position for Pete Newman to be in with that early pit stop, Jay.
Yeah, Pete Newman at the moment, as things stand, I'm trying to work it out, and it looks like it's just over 30 seconds. That's a bit close, isn't it?
Yeah.
30 seconds between Pete Newman and Logan McKenzie. So, you know what? This could end up being a really close finish to the race.
Yeah.
Trying to look at Pete Newman's last lap, and Pete's actually lapping 0.2 a lap slower than Logan at the moment. So
right. So
Stephen Walker's on a hell of a lap, by the way. He's just set as his first sector. A lot of greens on that time, on our timing screen anyway, of a lot of people setting really fast first and second sectors.
Callum Brandt has just set up a full set of personal bests right across the piece, but he's still half a second slower than the guys at the very, very front.
Wow.
And look at Jamie Wilson.
Some of these. Wow, yeah, a great run just there.
Got the bit between his teeth, Mr. Wilson.
Yeah,
Oh, and Logan's in, and Stephen's in.
Oh, both at the same time, and let's see who decides to put one extra click on a bit less fuel.
Yeah. Right, where is...
It was only a second between Logan and Stephen Walker going into the pits.
Okay. I think Logan's going to be out way before. I don't know why I think that. Stephen Walker, possibly as well. I don't think this is going to be as
They're
narrow.
on their way out.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it is.
And look, they're both neck and neck, and we see Stephen Walker following Logan. It's going to be tight, and I think there's one.
Is he going to get both? Is he going to get both?
Ooh!
Ooh!
And there's there's contact. There's contact.
Yeah. And he's through. He's through.
I might need to have another look at that because that was.
Oh, we will.
Very
we will
to see what happens in there. But Pete Newman goes into the lead, and now we're probably about to see one of the best finishes of the season with 8.5 minutes left. 3 of the quickest people on the field, all done their pit stops. A track where drafting is almost mandatory and passing is purely optional if you can even think about doing it. And Logan McKenzie in the Veloster trying to get right up. This is going to be some finish. That was amazing.
I'll point it out, but Greg is only here.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So I think we're up for one of the best finishes I think we could ever dream of. Stephen brings in that gap quite quickly there. That was excellent.
Yeah, now we're going to see Logan in 2 miles a day. Logan likes to do a lot of... Oh, Pete Newman has a slowdown.
Oh, you are joking. Right, how's he going to burn this off without losing places?
He should have gone on the outside of that corner, in my opinion. Then he could have at least had the racing line on the exit. But I don't know what Pete's going to do here unless he goes really wide here.
He is going wide.
Logan a good...
Ooh! Oh no!
There's contact.
Well, that is the ultimate punishment for having a slowdown, isn't it? You've got to burn it off, but you've got to do it in such a way that doesn't interfere with anybody else.
Yeah. From the camera, it looked like Pete Newman had turned in slightly too early there.
I agree.
That's two talking points, I think, for when things quieten down a bit, even though I don't think they're going to quieten down. And now Greg Daffron smells blood within half a second of Pete Newman. Meanwhile, Stephen Walker, I think, could potentially catch Logan. And if they end up battling in these final 7.5 minutes, then it's just going to open the door for a four-way battle for a win here.
Oh, Stephen Walker well out of shape. Way out of shape.
Oh, yeah. That may have gifted it to Logan McKenzie there.
I think maybe yes, because that might mean that he's over 1.5 seconds after the next couple of corners, and that would break a toe. Ura Larkinen and co are getting into a scrap here with Jaden.
And this is for a podium place on the Pro-Ams, and look at this, everyone keeping it nice and clean with each other. Jamie Wilson currently leading the Pro-Ams. Keeping within his own little group of pros to keep him safe, like a support bubble.
Yeah. There he is. He's got Jamie Jeffrey behind him, though. That's not a comfortable place to be.
And did you know we also have a fight for the lead in AMS as well?
Oh.
Down in 17th place overall, David Ayres and Chesney Van Broek, both within fighting distance of each other as well.
Yep, that one's going to come to boiling point eventually. Right, let's just have a look at this. This was Pete Newman getting around the outside here of Logan. Oh, that was a bit of net code, a bit of solid air, that. A little bit anyway. Oh. That's the kind of drama we need, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Look...
We are on.
Oh, nearly.
Nearly.
So what happened with Logan there? Because that would have meant that Logan had a pretty
mediocre last corner, yeah.
I was just having a look at the times, and there's actually not that much of a difference between everyone's times last lap, so maybe it happened the lap beforehand.
Maybe. But he's on him like a bad rash at the minute.
And Pete Newman's within a second as well. Like, if this goes too wide in any amount of corners...
That was nice.
Pete and Greg are back into it, and an early turn there by Logan, using the strengths of that Veloster.
Yeah,
to his advantage.
Stephen gave a little twitch of his car on the corner before, and it kind of threw Logan off. Logan moved a little, and it put him off the line. So that's a nice tactic from Lucky Wookie Walker there. You got to do something to put Logan off, haven't you? Because he's too fast otherwise.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to treat it like buying a ticket to a raffle. If you don't buy that ticket, how are you going to win it?
Yeah, too right. Do something with it. There are points on the track where the Veloster just turns and squirts away, and then there's points on the track where the Honda reels the Veloster back in. Look at this. Late apex from Stephen. And he knows he's got a reasonable bit of straight here to pull that Veloster back to him.
From now on until midway through the first sector, it's a Honda advantage here. So I would be very surprised if there isn't an attempt at some sort of pass here. As
Oh, but look, he's got cats on the back of his car.
Oh yeah, you know what? I think this makes most of us very conflicted now over what happens next.
I know.
But you know what? Steven's thinking this is perfect.
That was so cheesy. It was brilliant.
Oh, they've got a little bit of touch, and he got a bit catty there.
Yeah. Yeah, a little paw and a little claw.
Whee. It's still going on, and Pete Newman has a slowdown.
Whoa, another one. He's not doing so good with that tonight, is he?
He's serving it quite quickly though. Greg already getting past, and Greg now inserting himself into this battle for the top three. We are going to have one more lap after this one.
Absolutely. Next lap will be the white flag.
Just having a quick look at how quick Darrell's going at the moment. You know what? Darrell's actually within 2 seconds pace per lap of Logan, so I don't think the leaders are going to end up catching Darrell either. So this could be no interruptions, a straight fight for the finish.
Yeah, we can't really look away from this. We're going to watch what happens in front from the benefit of Greg's bonnet or windscreen, upper windscreen.
Pete Newman quite a way away now compared to what we're seeing in front of us, a second and a half. So unless there's some intense fighting about to go down for the next sector or so, this is a three-way battle for the win. I think Pete's just there to collect any scraps if anybody messes up at all. And these lot haven't been afraid to get jiggy with it.
No, they haven't. And next car up the road may actually be a feature as Logan tries to break the toe.
That was slowing down to let them go.
He is. Well done. Stevens pulled out. We're going to continue with this because it's a good vantage point, actually, watching this.
And they're so close to each other. Steven go for the up and under, and Logan shuts the door, takes a defensive line through, and it just kills off any momentum Steven has going out of that corner, which means everyone's back onto a level playing ground. This also means that Greg now just gets it's just something more now for Steven to think about, and that's going to be the biggest advantage to Logan. Not what he does, but what Greg does behind.
I mean, the temptation for Greg has got to be immense, right? Even if he takes one more place, it's a bag full of points more.
Yeah, absolutely. Just this has been a fantastic last 10 minutes. Like, the pit stops have been fantastic. We've had like 4 or 5 different strategies, and they've all played out to the place where everybody is still on the same part of the track fighting for a win. and things look like the more they change, the more they stay the same. And Logan could be getting the feature race win here, but if we get any of these three in the booth afterwards, I think we're gonna have to. Oh, hang on, that exit just there from Stephen.
That was excellent.
Was brilliant, and there could be some late drama into this last corner.
Yeah.
He's surely not going to go for a dive here. Surely not.
Well, he's only got this chance, so...
He's going to have to hope for a much cleaner exit here. And
he's on him.
He's going to have him. I think Steven's going to have him.
I don't know. That Veloster, it's got a little bit of squirt.
Maybe not then. Oh, that's unfortunate. And Logan gets the win, but my goodness, how close that was. The front, rounding up the rest of that podium.
Unreal.
And that's got to be one of the best finishes of the season so far.
Yeah, without a doubt, that was excellent work from everybody involved.
Jamie Wilson getting the win for the Pro-Ams with Derek Crowther and Jaden Scotton rounding out the rest of that podium. We'll watch, we need to get over to David Ayres in 17th at the moment.
Yeah, where's David?
Who's, Chesney wasn't able to make any more headway. That's going to be a good second place for Chesney, but David Ayres getting the win in the AMS. Looks like Paul Hurley, who we had the camera on a second go, is going to be rounding off the rest of that podium as well. Good win for David Ayres.
What a surprise, flashing his lights. This is a close finish here. Chris Dixon and Fee. This isn't over. Chris Dixon trying to get that late apex here.
It looks like Chris is going to have a better run out of here, but Fee, she might just have enough of a gap in between them to not give Chris any excuse to make a move on the inside. And it looks like Chris is going for a wide entry, and we could be in for a grandstand finish here as well.
Yeah, this one's going to be close now.
A lot more shallow than Chris's. Chris using all of that curb on exit. Great amount of power out. Unfortunately, not enough this time. Great racing.
Yeah,
as
absolutely
always.
Great racing. Too right. Daniel Lewis and Renee is on the crawl.
Renee might be out of fuel.
Very likely, yeah.
Go on, Renee.
Come on.
It's a little bit
Get out
more.
and push. There we go.
There we
we're
go.
done. We're done. And Andy Littler is saying that he's on pit lane exit as opposed to out. So this isn't going to classify for a bit, I don't think. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, no, it's classified. Oh, it's a heat race, of course. It'll just chin everybody, won't it? Fair enough. Right, where? Or I could just have the whole thing crash on me.
Oh, okay. Has it crashed?
Don't know just yet. It won't. Well, SDK has definitely done something strange. And iRacing has blacked out on me. So let me see if this will work.
Whilst Pete is sorting
at
all that. Oh, there we go. No,
Right.
you got it. Look at that.
Yeah.
You go do you.
One is desperately trying to recover the situation, folks. There we go. Right, okay. So, let's run through the finishing order, shall we? Logan McKenzie, only 27 places up from his start position in that one. Takes the win here at Mugello for the feature race for Yellow Flag Racing. Stephen Walker finished second for BSTV Pink, and rounding out the podium, Greg Daffron, or Daffron, is, with his French intonation, for RD Simsport. Pete Newman fourth for Result X Pure Sims. Callum Brandt fifth for RD Simsport as well. RD Simsport doing very well tonight. Jamie Jeffrey sixth for Coupes and Convertibles Racing. That's stuttery. Just one sec. There we go. Jamie Wilson, top Pro-Am driver in 7th place overall for Team Chimera, so well done to him. He kept that that benefit of starting higher up on his side. Michael Hall finished 8th for Result X Pure Sims. Deck Crowther, second in class, 9th on track for Blade Designs SRL. That's a strong performance from Deck. 10th was Jaden Scotton for JC Academy. Euro Larkinen, 11th for Hydro Race Racing Forces, with Chris Shaw in 12th for Ascari Autosport. RDJ, Ronald de Jong, 13th for... Oh, he's a privateer in this one. How nobody snapped him up, I have no idea. Demis Tigchalar, 14th for Hydro Race Racing Forces with Dietmar Hoos, 15th for Cutting Corny TCR team, and Pete Van Gool, PVG, 16th for Result Clothing. And then the first of our AM-class drivers, David Ayres, 17th for Safeguard. Chesney Vanderbroeker, 18th for JC Academy, second in class. Great result. Let's move the screen up a bit. And 19th was Paul Hurley for Blade Designs, just an average sim racer, with Jeff Saunders in 20th. Paul Hurley, third in class, a podium finish for his class. 21st was Marcus Kesting. 22nd was Fee for Work Guard, with Chris Dixon just behind her, 23rd for Safeguard. Daniel Lewis, 24th for Blade Designs SRL. Chris Newman, 25th for Air Smart Racing, with Rene Earhart, 26th for Cutting Corny. We saw him coughing over the line. Cedric finished in 27th. Darryl Wright, 28th for Result Clothing. 29th was Andy Littler for Work Guard, and Carl Hardy. And we saw what happened to Andy. I think it was some sort of technical issue. That's my assumption. And then Carl Hardy, 30th, after a bit of a rough ride at the start of that race, Jay. It was a dramatic start. The middle was just as entertaining, with all those pit stops and Pete Newman blitzing past people after getting that fresh air window that you spoke about. And then by the end of it, of course, it was a dramatic three-way battle that could have been so much different.
Yeah, it's really... It was like a Tarantino movie. You got 4 different stories, 4 different strategies, and somehow they all still melded in with each other and were part of a big finish.
Yeah, too right. I think you were right about halfway through the race. That is one of the best races that we've had, and right the way to the line as well. Logan could have put a wheel wrong. He doesn't often, but it's happened. He did a bit of a mini send on someone and tried to bail out and didn't work. So it was on Jamie Jeffrey, wasn't it? So he's not infallible. Let's put it that way. Right, let's have a look at who's queuing, because we've got a few in here at the moment. We will first of all speak to the mighty Logan McKinsey. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. Yellow Flag Motorsport will be very proud of your performances, plural, this evening. You got some good camera time. I know the first race didn't work out quite so well, so you had to, limit your forward progression and only overtake 27 other people in the feature race. What happened in the first one exactly?
Yeah, I went to grid and my handbrake didn't work. So when I went to set my clutch, the car just rolled forward. I was holding down the button, so I may have started holding down the button while the car was still being gridded, and maybe that was why. But yeah, bit of a bummer.
Maybe iRacing can be a bit glitchy at times with stuff like that. But yeah, I did call a jump start, but wasn't entirely certain. So thank you for that. And then race 2, I'm sure that was an absolute hoot. You carved I think when I looked up, you were in like 28th, and then I blinked and you were in 14th.
Yeah, the second race, it didn't. Yeah, I was. It felt like I was just driving, cruising, passing cars every once in a while, and I looked up and I saw Greg and Steven not too far down the road, and I was like, wait a minute, this is a winnable race.
Yeah.
And I was doing my due diligence, saving what fuel I could while climbing the field. And yeah, when we went to pit lane, I knew that every 10th was going to count. I didn't know how close Pete and Greg were. So when I hit the pit line, I was doing about 10 kilometers over the speed limit.
Right.
That was how on edge that entry
Point
was.
out to the stewards, just saying.
Yeah. Noted. We'll submit that one later. Okay. So it's been a race of, well, it's been very exciting watching you making your way through in that second one. talk to us about Alpha and where you're at with your championship at the minute. What's the current state of play?
We're still in the preseason. Our preseason test is next Monday, and then August 4th we are kicking off at Belle Isle. Belle Isle is our usual season openers, kind of become the go-to for that. So it's a great time.
It is, yeah. If you love concrete, then you'll be fine at Belle Isle. You can eat as much of it as you can cope with. But yeah, it's have you got a full sign up yet, or is there room for people to join Alpha Touring Championship?
There's always room for people to join. We don't have a set, we take this many signups and then you're done. So people can just show up and drive whenever they want.
Awesome.
So signups are always open.
Excellent stuff. So great to have multiple touring car championships on. We've got SRL that are running at the minute as well. They race on a Friday. You guys, have you moved to Monday then? Because I think the 4th is a Monday.
Yes, we've always been a Monday group.
I thought you were a Tuesday.
No, but I did take part in the first couple SRL races over there in their seasons. So
okay,
they've got a good thing going.
Yeah, that's good.
For us, Pete, the ATC does start on the Tuesday technically.
Of course.
It's just it's just dark outside, and you can definitely hear owls. So I found out firsthand.
Yeah.
Cool. Look, Jay showed up to one of the races. What was it, like 2-3 a.m. is nothing.
Yeah,
you can wake up and race all the time.
Who needs sleep?
Yeah, sleeps for other people. Yeah, sleeps for the weak. Anyway, but no, great to have both of those leagues running around us and alongside us. I didn't even realise that crash was as big as it was. I'm busy watching it on the slow-mo replay. But yeah, it's been great watching you carving your way through the field again tonight. I thought it was there was one move that I thought was a bit sketchy that you did on Jamie, and Jay reread it and thought you tried to bail out of it or back out of it, but it was a bit too late.
Arabiata won.
Yeah, on Italian sauce one. Well, did I say that? I don't know. And then at the very end, it could have been a totally different story because Stephen and Greg were bearing down on you quite quickly, but you managed to keep it cool like you always do and fend them off.
Yeah, the Jamie incident, I had done that exact same overtake maybe 2 laps before. I think it was on Ronald. I saw the setup and I went for it because I had so much overspeed. And by the time I got to I get up to almost to his door, and I can see to my left, he has no intention of giving me space, even though I'm basically up to his door at that point. So yeah, I did try to back out as much as I could, and still ended up clipping him. And if we hadn't been in such a high speed section, and he immediately dropped 2 or 3 spaces, I would have let him back by. I do intend to give him a little apology over that, but close racing. I would probably go for the move again and just be more assertive about it.
Right. Yeah. Okay. You do have to do that sometimes, don't you? If you're going to make a move, you just need to plant it. Sometimes bailing out halfway or second guessing it is probably the better term to use. Can be a bit risky, can't it?
It can definitely you can definitely cause wrecks by half-assing it, because then the driver, they rightfully think that they can cut across you.
Yeah.
And you just haven't asserted yourself enough. But at the end there with Pete, I don't think there's nothing more exciting in racing, I think, than coming off pit road and seeing a car coming at full speed down the front stretch at you, and that's the car you're racing for the lead of the race. And I think I got out there a bit wide there at the entry, and then we made contact, and I was lucky to even be able to stay close enough to him, stay in second, and then from there it was a great battle. It's a shame that the pass was done off a slowdown, but then from there, Steven, I was able to keep Steven behind me because I had Greg. Steven didn't want to pass me that first lap or two going down the straightaway because he didn't want to fight with Greg, but I was probably going about a second a lap slower, just trying to keep backing us up into Pete and Greg. I was like, stop fighting. Someone get up here and scrap with Steven instead.
Oh dear. Now we know your tactics. But yeah, brilliant racing, very very dramatic. One of the best races that I've seen and commentated on, and you were at the pivotal point of it. So, anybody you want to shout out to, or any thanks you want to give before we let you go and start your practice for a track that I don't even know where we're going now. Hang on a minute.
You would think I would know the schedule.
Yeah, me too.
Circuit Gilles Villeneuve.
Well.
Oh.
I have fond memories there. ATC opened the season there last season, and I won it, so I'll take that.
Okay, excellent stuff. So anybody you want to shout out
to? Big shout out to Pete Newman, because that was some incredible fighting. Stephen Walker as well. And shout out to my little brother Riley. Just got engaged.
Oh, right. Well done to Riley.
Congratulations.
Yeah, well done. How old's Riley?
Oh no, don't ask me that. It's gonna make me feel old. He's 23.
Oh, and he had his whole life ahead of him as well. Never mind.
Jesus.
Brutal. Welcome to BSTV, folks. In that case, we'll...
What a shout out.
Yeah. We will look forward to seeing you racing with us again this time next week. Logan McKinsey, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Was that not the right thing to say? No.
Pass.
Oh dear. Do you want to interview the luckiest walker in Christendom or not?
Sure.
Hola.
Sure. Hola. Hello. Here he is. Yeah, he's got so much of my wood. He's just permanently happy. Over to you, Jay. Over to you. Yeah.
I mean, after that introduction, who wouldn't be? Siren, welcome to the booth. Congratulations on 2 podiums tonight.
Thank you.
We'll talk about the second race in a second, because that was absolutely incredible to watch. But yes, race 1. It looked like Greg was going to be kept in with everybody else. Then the inevitable happened, and he went off and did his own thing, selfishly, you know. But that allowed for yourself, Pete, Jamie Jeffrey, and I think we counted about 12, 13 other cars within 2 seconds of each other. What was that like? That first race in that serpentine of TCR.
I mean, it was stressful to say the least. I'm not having any time to do any practice whatsoever. So my practice was the 25, 30 minutes I got just before the race. So I managed to do one stint and trying to figure everything out. So I was quite surprised when I qualified 3rd without a toe. So yeah, the first race I wanted to get past Pete because I felt like I might have been a tiny bit quicker than him and I might have been able to stay with Greg, but I think we traded slowdowns and something, and I had a few close calls and stuff battling with each other, and it was really good fun. Like, I really enjoyed it. I like racing with Pete. He's a good guy. Obviously we had to be wary because Jamie was right behind us. Like, we were a bit faster than him when we weren't battling, but obviously one mistake and Jamie's right there and you know what he's like. So I thought I could keep second, but I got a really bad. I was struggling with the last corner onto the straight for a while, most of the time in the first race. So he just got a really good run as we started the last lap, and it was a really good side by side. I like drew Jamie in, and then as we went back up the hill the other side, I just got a slow down on a part that I didn't realise you could get a slow down, which was the story of this stupid track.
Yeah.
It's slow. I think you can get slow down in every single corner when you're not trying to cut it, but obviously cutting it is the quickest way. So I managed to keep 3rd, so I'll take that. It was only just though.
That was actually going to be my next question. Was do you think there was any slowdowns on this track that you and Pete combined didn't discover tonight? But yeah, it is an absolutely insane track. This and Magny-Cours for slowdowns which don't result in off tracks either.
Yeah.
I find with slowdowns, if you get the off track, okay, fair enough. But when you don't get that message that says off track and you're waiting for that half a second to see if it penalizes you with a slowdown, it's just an absolutely golden few seconds. And it's not a small slowdown either. It's about 2.5 seconds per slowdown, I think, and it doesn't go away easy either. So yeah, it was unfortunate that the fight for race 2 towards the end, sort of the top 3 was sort of cemented in after Pete got a bit of a slowdown. I think you had a slowdown as well at one point. I think everybody pretty much had a slowdown, and it sort of threw everything about. But we think that was definitely the best end to a feature race for a long time for BSTV. And if the first race was stressful, I bet the end of that second one was even worse, in a good way.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the whole second race was something. I got a really good start out of what 13th. I think I was up to 9th, and then I was following a car, and I was like, I'll just take the off track and get a really good run. And it was just too much track, and I was like, okay, that is a legitimate one, but I could not get rid of it. I thought I'll just get rid of it down the straight, so I was dabbing the brakes, letting off, and it was just stuck at 0.2 until I got right to the end. It must have been 0.5 seconds or something before I managed to get rid of it. So all the work I'd done over the first lap or two dropped me back down to, I think it was 14th. And then I was like, okay, well, I only need to save a little bit to go 15 laps. I figured that out in practice. So I was like, I'll just do that, and any extra I save will be fine. And then I caught up to the pack, made a few good moves. And then people just started pitting. So every lap, like 2 cars would pit. So I'd go up 2 places, and so would Logan. And it'd be like, okay, well, I'm just going to keep going then. So I'd bridge the gap, and then 2 more cars would pit. And I just want to sit in someone's toe just for a lap or two. And they all kept pitting. And I was like, I'm trying to save some petrol here. Yeah, and then I think me and Logan overtook both. Was it Deck and Jamie Wilson?
Yeah, 2 Audis.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure where we'd come out in relative to everyone else. I feel quite poorly, so my race was a blur, to be honest. I was just really concentrating on my race rather than, like, normally I'm looking at the lap times of other people and where they are, and how long, what's the gap between me and them, and how long was their pit stop kind of thing. But I just didn't have the energy for that. I just needed to focus on driving. And by the middle of the end of the second race, I felt like I was probably on par with Greg. Like, my pace was good. And then when we came out of the pits with me and Logan, I was looking for my braking point, and there was a back marker, I think, on the left in the first corner. And all of a sudden, I just saw Pete sideways, and I was like, what on earth has gone on there? So I couldn't even tell you what happened there. And then I tried to stick with Logan. Excuse me a sec. Sorry.
That's fine.
And I did, but he was just being strategic through the corners. He wouldn't let me carry any speed through the corners to get a good exit. Like, he was going a bit slower, and I think he wanted to keep us together with. Well, that's what it felt like anyway. I don't know whether he was or not. I felt like I had more corner speed than he did, but he's too good. I couldn't take advantage of it. He's better than I am. So it was just good fun overall, to be honest. And I had too many incident points to try something stupid on the last lap. I think I had 13, and I didn't want Greg to overtake me, because I saw Pete had got a slow down and dropped behind him. I thought, okay, well, he'll catch me up now. But no, when me and Logan were going flat out, we were just as quick, to be honest with you. Like, not to say that he isn't quick, but
yeah,
by then it had all evened out. It was a really fun race. Logan knows what he's doing. He positions his car, and great. I like racing against him. It really challenges me, and it'd be nice to do it a bit more.
Yeah, I agree. And with Mugello, it is an easy track to defend against people. Even though it's a Grand Prix layout, it doesn't mean that you got a Grand Prix width of track through, especially set to 1. But yeah, absolutely fantastic end to that race. It was brilliant racing from all 4 of you. And like Pete said as well, it could have literally have gone any way at all. Next week is slightly different, where we swap continents and go over to Canada for Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. I remember last season, I think it was, or the season before, it was an absolute crazy race with a little bit of rain involved. I don't know what the weather's going to be for it next week at all, but are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, again, it's like Mugello. It's another track that I really, really like, and I go okay at. it's just Mugello is just so good. Like it's just so flowy, and the back part of it is just some of the best corners in the world. But Villeneuve, yeah, it's again, it's a very good track. I do like it. I like it a lot. So I'll probably do terrible at it. But yeah, I'll literally my first laps around it next week will be in the practice lobby before the race. So we'll see how it goes.
Fantastic. Anyone you want to give a shout out for tonight?
Yeah, I've not been in this booth for a while, so it might be the first or second time of season, I think, or since the first race. So just you guys for putting on the show and keeping everything going and taking your time out to do it. Appreciate that. The other races, the races I've done this season have been pretty good. So yeah, that, and then I think my brother watched it while he's on holiday. Cheeky git. So just that shout out to him if in case he watches this back. But yeah, just everyone and Carl putting up the lobbies. I know I'm not taking advantage of it, but he still does it and it's greatly appreciated. So big up everyone. Still big grids. So yeah, keep it up. So another good season.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us, Stephen. We'll hopefully speak to you next week at Canada. But ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Walker, congratulations again on a double podium.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Cheers, Pete.
I hope I don't get the clap from him after him being in the booth. Night, Stephen.
Bye.
Can you catch the clap from being in the booth? I don't know.
We'll find out next week.
Yes, we will. On that point, and almost as if I planned it, and Jay doesn't know this yet, so it's news to him as well. There will be no broadcast next week, folks. It's going to be a silent race. It's going to be... I'm not available. There are no cameramen left in BSTV if I'm not there. And therefore, there'll be no broadcast next week. There will be a race. I'll be putting that up tomorrow for all the races so that they can still do Gilles Villeneuve, but no broadcast, folks. Right, next up, we shall bring in, for our interview pleasure, the camera whore himself, Jamie Wilson, who likes to get into all sorts of scraps with people just so he can stay on the screen. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello.
That does sound pretty accurate.
Yeah, that has to be you. We had it last week in the pouring rain where you were barely off the screen at all. And this week, got yourself, well, right in the thick of everything again. In the first race, you finished in 14th, but in that huge crowd, which had Deck Crowther in it, PVG was in there, Callum Brandt was desperately trying to get away from you and failing. There was all sorts going on in that one. And then, of course, front row start, had to follow Deck for a long time. I thought you might, lever him out of position, but it seemed like it was the Audi fraternity at that point.
I was trying.
Yeah, I could see you were trying. Yeah.
It took. Yeah, I was going for it, but and doing things to try and sort of put him off. I mean, a lot of my racing tonight, I think this was true in race 1 as well with like PVG, was like making moves, not so much to make moves, but to just be annoying, to put people off and that kind of thing. Because if you make a slight mistake on turning around here, it's really punishing.
Right.
So you need to be able to force mistakes, and just being like a wasp buzzing around is one avenue of doing that. So I was just being a bit of a pesky bastard basically behind people and in front of people, which is fine. I resemble that remark. So yeah, and then I did get the crowbar out. I had to practice running race 1 doing it to PVG. I don't know if you would have caught that because it was back down in a different postcode. But yeah, that was the same move that I ended up putting on Deck. But I had to basically, say crowbar my way in at the last corner and then kind of side draft him all the way up the hill.
Well, you did a good job with it.
Dear life round turn 1 and 2 and 3. So
yeah, the Audi seemed to kind of suit this track. It seemed to be able to stay ahead at all the key points. That power is clearly a huge advantage when you've got straights as big as this.
It is, but it's not like DRS or anything. It puts you in a better position maybe than the other cars on the straight, but then there was quite a bit of ebb and flow with the pace round the track for me, I found.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even with deck, to be honest, I think my setup was on the looser side. And in such a way it was working against me. Like the downhill right-hander near the start of the lap, the scenic one. I just had to basically blink, and that'd be enough turn in to get through there.
Right.
If I'd sneezed, I would have ended up at Imola. So it was very flighty through there, and a few occasions where it's cost me time because I'm trying to scoop it up while I'm trying to go down the hill.
Right.
Which is exciting in a kind of new underpants kind of way.
Mm-hmm. No, well, from our perspective, brilliant performance. You did it. What you described is absolutely what we saw. You positioning your car very well. We saw Stephen Walker doing it as well. Was moving enough in people's mirrors, not to get himself offline, but to make them think that he was going to do something, and they adjusted their line into the corner and compromised their own position. You're very good at doing that. There's definitely a mental game to some of these tracks, particularly like this one.
Yeah, this is actually there was another really good example of that was when I had a bit of a kind of not great lap and lost a bit of time to deck, and I had Callum behind me putting the pressure on, and deck astutely on the straight sort of went a bit offline because the normal line is on the right and then that turns into the left at the top of the hill, so he ran a bit more on the left because that would pull me off of a defensive line to get the toe, which then would have exposed me to then Callum trying to make a move. It's like, you can't have your cake and eat it, sort of situation. That's very smart. I'd call that out because that's very clever driving, and I didn't even think of that myself. So.
Right. Okay. I think Carl has his pie and eats it. Is that the same sort of thing? I don't know.
Yeah, he needs to learn to take it out of the Frey Bentos tin first. So.
yeah. His dentist's really unhappy with him, I've heard. But no, what an entertaining night for me and Jay in the booth. The chat was alive as well, which was great. We go to Circuit Gilles Villeneuve for a non-broadcast race next week. How are you set for that place? Because that's a bit of a different proposition, really, isn't it? It's still got some nice big straights for the Audi to romp away. Some very tight turns, though.
Yeah, but I mean, if you set the Audi up the way that mine is to be a bit kind of shopping trolley, then it assists you through that, so you can hold on to it for the rest of it. It's where that comes undone is a track like Mugello, where it's all a lot of like medium speed type stuff.
Yeah,
that's where you're fighting the car a bit more. You can get away with that a bit more where it's slow corners and stuff. So, looking forward to that. The last time we raced there, obviously very recently, was a wet one, and it was excellent. So
yeah, Jay mentioned it before. Yeah,
that was a corker. That was. I can't remember if that was the ones that didn't have a broadcast last season as well. But that and the V8 race that was in the wet at around the same time, actually, they were both just like epic races.
So what you're saying is it should rain on every race?
Well, I don't know about that. My graphics card would disagree. But,
yeah. Dear. Absolutely. Well, anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and start a practice session up in Canada?
Yeah, well, shout out to you guys as usual. Shout out to Simon for sort of keeping an eye on the people that pitted, and they're all falling over each other and stuff, so that's why I stayed out. Shout out to the inaccuracy of the way that iRacing does pit speed limit violations, because I'm pretty sure I went in the pits at about 120 k's.
You're not the first person to mention that. Somebody else said they were over 10 k's over the limit when they crossed the line.
Yeah, I was pretty well over, but I was Fred Flintstoning it to stop it just in time. As long as the rear wheels just about get over the line and it's just under, then you're right. So yeah, the ABS was just like, kill me when I was doing it. And shout out to Deck. I think he drove really well.
He did, yeah.
He put up a very, very good fight, very high pressure scenario. So yeah, no, it was a good drive from him.
No, well said. Good call outs. And we look forward to seeing you on track again in a fortnight's time when the next actual broadcast will be there. But we'll be looking with bated breath at what you do in the standings next week. Jamie Wilson, everybody.
Cheers, guys.
Cool. Right. Next up, who should we bring in next? I think you should interview Mr. Scotton, don't you?
Sure, let's go for it.
Yeah, why not? He had a very strong pair of races, to be honest. Welcome to the booth, and for Jay's interviewing pleasure, Jaden Scotton.
Hello.
Jaden, first of all, congratulations, race 1, a win, and keeping up with big boys as well. We were saying to one of the people with the interviews earlier, it was just like a serpentine of 13, 14 cars within 2 seconds of each other. How did you manage to survive and keep a level head through race 1?
Race 1 was surprisingly very relaxed, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Genuinely, I don't usually say that, so I'm not like trying to like boast. But it was really chill. I was like second back from Jamie in that gaggle the whole race, and Rene never really pressured me. Just got into rhythm, drove pretty conservatively. It was fine really. And then race 2 was the complete opposite.
Yeah, it's fair. That's fair enough. It's definitely wasn't the case for race 2. We did have the camera go over to your group a couple of times. It looked like some people were really sort of like taking a couple of lumps out of each other when they weren't all diving into the pits at once. What determined your time to pit? Like, why did you pit when you did? Like, was there any sort of like thought behind it, or was it a case of every lap more and more people were going in, so you're like, okay, fine, I'll go in next lap?
I think panic was why I pitted. I think in race 2 I had target fixation. My goal into that race was beat Chris. I want to beat Chris, sure. And I noticed, wait, he's not behind me. He must have pitted. So I thought, okay, I've got to pit. So I was just stuck. Lap times weren't great in that bunch. I just couldn't move forwards. So I had to pit. And then from there, it went a bit mental once I was pitted.
Yeah, what I think once everyone had done their first pit stop, everyone sort of come out in a slightly jumbled order. Those who pitted a bit earlier, all the undercuts worked absolutely fantastically this track. So for anybody listening right now, if you find yourself in an enduro or any other league race where there's a pit stop in there and you're at Mugello, I would definitely recommend trying to pit as early as you can. 'Cause, Pete Newman actually came out probably the biggest winner from that, pitting from where he did. And after everyone had finally finished their pit stop, he was pretty much battling head to head on to the lead. So, but yeah, with that then on race 2, you got yourself a podium position, and most importantly, your target beating Chris Shaw.
Yes,
it
wasn't easy,
happened.
wasn't it?
So if my calculation is right, before the drop weeks, that actually, I'm looking, Jamie Wilson didn't have a good race 1 compared to race 2. I think you might be just leading the Pro-Am Championship. So I asked you a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to ask you again. Are you going for the win?
Yes.
Do you think you're going to do it?
I prefer not to say.
Are you going to make them meet you? Oh, wait, you said you prefer not to say. Never mind then. Okay,
I prefer
that's
to
my
say.
next 7 questions of are you sure? Completely out of the window on that one. But no, it's a fantastic double set of results
Can I
there.
just ask, did you
Yes.
get 3 wide moment that I had with Jura and Chris?
We got lots of 3 wide moments. We even got a 4
that one.
at one point.
Yeah, because I passed Jura, he just come out of the pits. Then he lunges me into the last corner. I don't see him at all. And then coming down into turn 1, Chris goes to the inside, and then like in Mosport, I had another. Oh no, we're going to die again. But somehow it didn't, and I somehow came out on top. But yeah,
It was
another
honestly
scary moment.
the sets of races tonight were the best of the season. So watch the broadcast back, because there's plenty that happened during the whole thing. And I think between us, me and Pete have offended 3/4 of Italy as well. So all in all, I think it's a pretty good Wednesday night. But next week we decide to stop taking the mickey out of Italians, and we'll go to Canada and cause a ruckus there. Sorry, but Circuit is yours, Villeneuve. That's one letter of a strongly worded letter against me already. I can hear it get sent. But Circuit is yours, Villeneuve. How did you race there with us last season? I think.
Yes. Yep. That was. I got pole. Yeah, for race 2.
Oh, that's right. It was
It
the
was
rain.
absolutely poured it down.
Yes. How do you think you'll do this time?
I don't remember much about it. I don't remember my pace. I just remember the pouring rain. So I don't know. I like the circuit. Don't know about in a touring car, but I do like the track. So
yeah,
not as good as Mugello. I think Mugello might be a 10 out of 10 track. I've decided.
I think me and
It's
Pete would
great
agree
fun.
with you on that
I'm
one.
on
To be
that.
honest,
Yeah.
it is fantastic. Even better, I think, in the TCR, especially after the races tonight. But final question, and then we'll let you crack on with the rest of your evening. Anybody that you want to give a shout out for tonight?
Yeah, well, teammates, as always. Chesney again was great. He was P2 and P2, I think.
Yeah.
He's getting better and better. I think before long he will get a win in Am. And Marius, he'll be back next week, hopefully. And well, hopefully it will start to go right for him. And,
I have every faith that it will. Congratulations once again on your
Thank you.
great results tonight, and we'll see you on the track next week.
Yeah, thank you for not asking me about any biddings for damage.
No, don't worry, that's a DM.
Oh, bloody hell.
Good night, Jaden. Enjoy the rest of your night. Everyone, Jaden's
See ya.
got them.
That was funny. Right, let's see. Who should we bring in next? Let's have a little quick word here with Mr. Paul Hurley. Good evening. Mid-conversation. Love it when I catch him like that. Yay. Good evening, Mr. Hurley.
Good evening. How's it going?
It's going very well. That was a thoroughly entertaining night's racing. Was it race 1 where we saw you get ejected out stage right quite near the beginning?
I think now.
Or was that race 2?
Race 2. I got tapped T1.
Yeah, that was it, wasn't it?
A half spin, and then I had to fight back.
Right, yeah. Race 1, you finished 5th in class, which was a pretty good result given the people that you're racing against.
I want to get my racing driver excuse in early now.
Go on then. Let's have it.
I've got pseudo gout in my left ankle on the brake, and it's fucking hurting me a lot. So I was tenderfoot tonight on the brake. I had to adjust my brake settings, and it's quite painful.
Jay, I call bullshit because I've never heard of pseudo gout.
It's for calcium crystals instead of uric acid. It's a real thing. It's a knock-on effect of COVID. That's what they told me when I got it the first time.
Jay, he's using big words now.
It just sounds like bathroom sealant to me. But
bathroom sealant, yes.
What it is little crystals in your ankle joint which are digging in and it hurts.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so that was a little bit off putting, but once I was in the race, it kind of mind comes off a bit. I was in a good old battle with Fee in race 1.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that actually. It was race 2 where you got nerfed on turn 1, wasn't it? And yeah, you had a bit of a fight back. You ended up in the pits.
No, I didn't get. No.
Who was that ended up getting meat?
Chris Dixon, maybe. Daniel Lewis. Daniel Lewis got meatballed. I know that much.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it might have been Daniel then. But yeah, it's we need to talk about SRL as well because that's launched now, hasn't it? You're in that one, aren't you?
I very much am. Yeah, I'm one of the organisers.
Oh right. Okay. Right.
It's going well. We've got there's some close battles in there, especially in the pros. You've got like Logan, you've got Dan Mould, Adam Delmont, Arthur Fertile. There's a new guy who's joined with 9.2k.
Yeah, he's raced in our leagues before.
Sven Winter.
No. Thurl.
Fertile, yeah, Alpha's he's a fast driver. So yeah, there's and then the same in the pro-ams. Yeah, close up top, and just the AMs don't seem to be really showing up so far, but
Okay.
that might be for different circumstances. But yeah, the league's going well. Some good close battles in there.
Good.
Fast drivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still join if you want to. There's still room available.
That was going to be my next question, so you've just done me out of a job.
Oh, we're right about you, Pete. You should join.
No, don't be
Then
silly.
that
Yeah,
means all
but-
three of us in the booth for
Get,
it.
get on track, Pete.
Do they still do? You know, like when you go to the bowling alley and you get the little bumpers down the side of the alley. Can you still do that on SRL's ones?
Yeah, we've not got that. Might have the equivalent of that sort of metal aiming thing you can use. Where you roll the ball back.
Yeah. Just see my car go shooting off the thing. Oh, bloody hell. Fastest he's travelled for years. But yeah, really good racing tonight. You know,
I enjoyed it. But I was just talking there about the nuance of when do you pit in the second race. So I think I should have got in behind because I'd caught Chesley and David, and they went in one after another, and I decided to stay out. Now I'm thinking, in hindsight, I should have got in behind one of those two. I think I lost time in the toe, and we were talking about like the nuances of some people just go long every race, but sometimes it's better to maybe go early, less time in the pit, putting less fuel in, and like place yourself back on track for best position.
well,
That's what we're talking about.
Jay's definitely got a working and successful theory on this, haven't you, Jay? Which was get yourself out of traffic and get in the pits.
Yeah, the undercut, as we saw today, it was quite a good tactic anyway. Whenever you're in a big cluster of cars, but today especially, like that undercut was so overpowered. It worked really well for a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, you can either pit to stop giving somebody a tow, or to try and get back in the tow. Because if you're driving on your own on a track like that with a long straight, you might be better off with somebody in front of you. Especially if you get faster, guy pulling you along. Yeah.
Reverse grid was definitely, I think, a factor for some of the pro drivers who pitted earlier. Definitely coming out on top tonight, or battling for that top spot tonight.
Dex did well there. I think he got his 3 laps led bonus points, you know?
Yeah. Oh, he got more than. Well, he could have got more than 3. He could have got about 10 or something. But 3 is his limit. Yeah, he's done good tonight. Absolutely done good tonight.
Yeah, he did well. Did do well.
So, anybody you want to shout out to before we let you start your practice for Circuit G? Or as someone approached Gary Craig once on a chat somewhere, Gilles Villeneuve.
Well, I call it Circuit de Chicane.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah. There's plenty of them on that circuit. Yeah. Anyone you want to shout out to?
Just like everyone we race with, everyone in class in the leagues, and especially to Jay for promoting SRL on his video this week. Thank you for that, the SRL League.
No worries, man. No worries.
I'm waiting for part 2.
It's a good one.
And then the commentary will be released for that on Friday as well on YouTube in the SRL TV if anyone wants to watch that who's been in the race. Or anyone who's interested in joining to see how close the race it is. And for you guys as well, for all the effort you put in and for putting on this and for the commentary. It's a big effort for everybody, and continue to enjoy a good league in BSTV. So thank you to everybody.
Brilliant stuff. In that case, we will look forward to seeing you on track in the not too distant future. Paul Hurley, everybody.
Thank you guys. Take care.
Cool. Right. Another one for you, Jay. Chesney's another one of yours. You can try and get some of your money back for whatever he's bent on the car. Chesney Vandenbroek.
Good evening.
Good evening, Chesney. Some good sets of races tonight. We'll talk about race 1 first. I'm trying to see. So yeah, race 1, second place. Congratulations. How did you find the race?
The first race was kind of a little more chill. Like I didn't expect to be that high up. So I just went to follow David actually, and I wanted to know how he drives so I could use it in the second race.
Yeah, and you used it quite well by the looks of it.
Yeah, but it was actually I was surprised I had the second place because I saw Paul Hurley after me, and and he was much faster at first race. So I thought it was going to be a battle between me and Paul, but suddenly I went over the line and it was done.
Yeah, and with race 2, it was the exact same first and second. We caught you about 2 or 3 laps from the end. 2 or 3 laps ago, we saw you nearly within a second of David, and we thought we might have had a chance to see you both battling neck and neck to the end. It wasn't meant to be. That's 2 second places tonight, which is absolutely fantastic result. Do you think if it's time to put a bet on yourself, do you think you can get a win this season in AMS?
I'm gonna try at least. Yeah, I think so. If David doesn't drive.
Well,
But
I think it'll be better if David does drive, because then you can beat him at the same time, right?
yeah, but I'm going for that win. Yeah, because Jaden got his win today, and now I'm on mine.
You're
So
seeing this, Pete. I'm breeding winners. It's fantastic. Breeding winners without the actual breeding. I think
Yeah,
that's best for all parties involved.
I've noticed you're inciting your own drivers to win each of their respective classes.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's funny.
Well, the sponsors don't pay me if they don't win, so we just need to get Marius onto it now. So, but no, that's a fantastic set of results tonight, Chesney, and hopefully next week we'll see. Well, we'll see in the results afterwards that you do get a couple more podiums. It is, by the way, Circuit is your Villeneuve next week. How do you rate yourself on it? Do you think you got a good chance?
I think I have a decent chance in TCRs. I drove it with the GT4s, and that I went there, did well with them.
That's disgusting.
So
Please don't ever mention GT4 in this like chat. Who drives a GT4 anyway?
idiots.
It's your opinion, not ours. But,
No, but I think I will do alright. I'm going to go for the top 3 again.
Okay, fantastic. Anyone you want to give a shout out for tonight?
Cedric, because it was his first race today.
Oh yes,
And
yes.
Jaden and Marius and you guys and you Jay also for giving me the opportunity again for being this team. So
No worries, man. No worries. Good
so,
to have you racing with us, and it's good to see you. Whilst when Marius can't sort of make it in there, you're still picking up points for a second championship table as well. But no, thank you so much for jumping into our league and doing all of these races. It just shows like how balanced it is in different parts of the grid. We've always got someone to race, and through the leagues, everyone's getting better and better. But until then, congratulations again on both your seconds. We'll see you again soon, ladies and gentlemen. Chesney Vanderbroek.
thank you.
Cool, nice guy. Good that you've got him in your crew. All right, let's have a quick word with the final few that have joined us in the booth. The first one being Chris Dixon. Good evening.
Good evening.
Right, so let me just go and remind myself where you finished in the first one. Just outside the class podium, 4th place for you, 21st overall, but very, very controlled racing. I think I said it last week. Since you've resprayed your car, you seem to have got a lot more control. It looks much more finessed, I think is the best way I can describe it. That first race in particular, you were in quite a clamour of other cars for quite a long time, but handled yourself really well.
Yeah, we had some good battles, and eventually Daryl got past us, and I said, right, let's just get our heads down, because I knew Fee was behind with Paul behind her, and Andy behind that, and I think Dimitri was behind Andy, and I thought, I said to Daryl, just get your head down and get after Chesney, because they're coming from behind, so we just stayed. I said I'm not gonna try and attack, just keep going, and we kept about 3-second gap, which was good, and then Paul I think eventually got past Fee, second last lap, and then I think Dimitri must have as well. But yeah, it was good race, first race, and enjoyed it. Some good battles.
Yeah, second race was a bit of rough riding at points in there. Did you have an incident at the start of that? I can't remember what
Yeah,
happened now.
I got an absolutely thundering start, and I was up to about 16th or 17th in front of David, and I think it was Pete and Rene had a coming together just before the last 10, and then Pete slowed down a bit and stayed on line on track, and Rene went off through the gravel trap, come back on, caught Chris Needham, wiped Chris out, and then I just got clipped on the front right wheel, which completely meatballed straight away, and then it shot me into the wall on the left, and that was it. I just had to stay on the grass on the left and not stay out of everyone's way. And I tried to get round and into the, well, I did get round and into the pits, but I had no steering. It was an absolute nightmare. And then after that,
that's actually a good recovery. Then after that,
after that, I dived in the pits, and I fuel saved, and I got to about lap 16, 17, I think, and it said I had 1 lap of fuel left, and I was like, I'm not going to make it, so just a splash and dash, and then ended up battling with feet to the line.
Yeah, so, we saw that.
Yeah, it was good.
Not much in it.
Nearly got her a couple of times, but yeah, it was about 0.03 of a second, I think, at the end.
Yep.
Not much in it at all.
No, it was very close, very close, very entertaining. And like I say, much more controlled effort. You know, I don't know what you sprayed the car with, but it must be Go Faster paint. Next time you are at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, so you've got to get yourself a flight over the pond from Italy to Canada. That was a good race last season.
Yeah, this time I won't be there, I don't think.
Right,
unfortunately. Okay. I'm in Blackpool with the girls at the British Championships.
Okay.
So,
yeah. Family first.
Yeah, I'm going to take me laptop and me spare wheel, and if I can get a decent internet connection, I will jump on. But I know when we were there last year, it was that you just got no internet at all. So.
Okay. Well,
all depends on that.
Is it Winter Gardens or is it the Tower?
No, it's not. It's Fleetwood, the Marine Hall.
Oh, right. Yeah, sprung dance floor in there. That's nice.
Yeah, it is really nice venue. So, and the girls always enjoy it.
Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, just everyone in general for putting the show on as you always do. It's always a good race. All the drivers for turning up, and yeah, good luck to the girls next week.
Absolutely. Best of luck to them.
Yeah, and I'll see if I'm not around. I'll try and get on to watch the stream if I can't get on to race. But if I'm not around, I'll catch us the week after.
Awesome stuff. We look forward to the next time you race. Chris Dixon, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Cool. All right. Next up, we shall go and fetch. Why can't I click anything? There we go. One Andy Littler. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello. So, race 1. Oops, I've just clicked the wrong button. Oh dear. There we go. Right, race 1. Followed Fee over the line. Not that far behind her either. Just a couple of seconds. Some really good car control from you tonight, and letting the leaders go at critical points, particularly in the second race. But in your own right, you know, racing with the best of them. I do like the colour of your wheels, by the way. That metallic green's very nice.
It's
you are?
Aqua, I think it is.
Aqua, oh, very nice. You know, you had Marcus Kesting behind you. Cedric, obviously, is in his first race back with us for some time. So, yeah, it's been quite an eventful race for you, where you've been racing tonight.
Yeah, it was good fun. I mean, the first race, I think there was about 6 of us. There was less than a second between us for ages. All clean stuff. We've just been chatting now with Paul and Chris and Fiona. You know, any one of us could have been in either position there. We were just it was a lot of respect, really. People just fighting hard but fair. So yeah, it was
Absolutely.
good.
There was a lot of elbows out on some corners because, as Jay said, it's quite difficult to overtake here.
Yeah, I think I was frustrated Dietmar a little bit.
Well, that's part of racing, though, isn't it? You know, car positioning.
Yeah, well,
you know,
he dropped back.
Yeah. What happened in the second race with you?
Oh, Paul. Well, I'm not sure if Paul and Darryl came together, but Darryl went off the circuit.
Yeah.
I think there was some contact that then sent him spinning. And he was shouting at the time, "I've got my foot on the brake. I've got my foot on the brake." I couldn't avoid him. Just smashed into him. So
okay.
it was one of them that just, and then it put me out. So I thought, right, well, I could do. I always like to finish a race. So I couldn't even drive it back to the pit. So towed in, come out, just getting going, getting a bit of rhythm back again. Thought, right, you know, I think that was when I let a few of the leaders through, and then my bloody VR decided to update itself.
I did wonder whether you got black screen. That's what I said when you because you straight lined it into a gravel trap, but
yeah,
no, not good when that happens. It has to be said.
I was enjoying it tonight, though. I felt like I had a bit of pace on me. So.
Oh no, you definitely had that. Yeah.
Doing 202s regular, so.
Yeah.
I thought, right, if I can get down to 201, I'll be well happy. And then boom.
Yeah. What was your fastest? 201. No. Oh,
2021, I think it was.
Yeah, 2021.
Yeah.
It's overwritten your time on my screen.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But yeah, much more mature approach to racing, I think, than I've seen in a lot of races from a lot of people. Very much under control. I like where your driving's got to.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, good. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and do your practice for Circuit Gilles Villeneuve?
As usual, you guys are putting it on. I believe you're not putting it on next week, though, are you?
No, it's going to be no broadcast next week, just a race. I am elsewhere.
Very nice. Yeah, all the guys at Result, obviously. Everybody that gives me help. Carl, Pete, Mike. Yeah, appreciate the help. And everybody watching. Hope you enjoyed it.
I'm sure everybody did. And you were a key part of that. Andy Littler, everybody.
Thank you. Good night, folks.
And then, last but by no means least, and in her normal spot, once again, Fiona Siddons. Good evening.
Good evening.
Right, so, first race, 24th, chasing Dietmar over the line. Stayed ahead of your teammate Andy to get yourself, well, you were just outside the podium, weren't you, in about 6th in class. And then possibly about the same in the second race in terms of class position, but further up, a 22nd finish, up a couple of places, and we saw you a few times really getting your elbows out with people. It was robust, but I'd say very controlled and very fair.
Yeah, I was talking to Paul in the interview waiting room. I said to her, I was defending like crazy to try and help Chris out because they're fighting in the championship. I said, I made sure I only made one move so he couldn't complain. He said, no, he said, it's fine. He said, you defended well. He said, you did well.
Yeah, absolutely right.
But I thoroughly enjoyed it. And race 2, I did 7 laps with the shopping trolley. It was fine. If I turned right and went down the straights, it was going fine. But as soon as you got to a corner, it was all over the place.
Right.
I was losing about 2.5 seconds a lap.
Was that from the incident near the start?
It was, yeah. I thought about pitting straight away. And I thought, no, I'm going to push it as far as I can. So I only had to stop once. And it's a good job I did because Chris would have beat me if I'd pitted at the start.
Yeah, it's a good point because you were very, very close over the line, 0.3 of a second.
Yeah. But in race 1, lost the position by a couple of tenths. I just wore my tyres out and I just didn't have the drive up to the last corner.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, when you've got turns like these, uphill and downhill, sweeping fast corners, you get through the rubber pretty quick. You can certainly heat it up very easy, can't you?
You can, yeah. It's easy done.
Yeah, too right. And next week we go to Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Last time it was a hoot, apparently. I didn't see the last one because I was elsewhere.
Wet.
Very, very wet, yeah. He needed a snorkel.
Yeah.
But, yeah, is it...
I've ordered a submarine for this one.
Oh, dear. Yeah, there's no need to cheat. But yeah, it's hopefully you go well there. It's one of those tracks which is all or nothing. It's lots and lots of fast straights, but also some of the nastiest chicanes I think of any track.
It is, yeah. I like the track. It's a lovely track to drive. It's even if you drop off the pack and driving on your own, it's still fun.
Yeah, too right. Well, great to hear that. And anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Got a special mention for two young girls, Summer Dixon and Isabel Green. They're next Wednesday. They're doing the British dancing competition, so wish them luck in that. And if you don't get a medal, don't be disheartened. Just enjoy yourself, girls.
Very well said.
Also Chris, Andy, and Paul for the good battles tonight.
No, very well said about the girls, and we all wish them the greatest of success, no matter where they end up in their dancing endeavours. Yeah, we will look forward to seeing what you do in the scoring charts for Gilles Villeneuve next week. Fiona Siddons, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Cool. Well, that's all the interviews over, Jay. It's been quite a night, and we've got to pick out some, one each, driver of the meeting. Where do we go with this? So, I like what Jaden's done tonight. He's got 2 class seconds, but arguably Deck Crowther's got 2 class. No, he's not got a class second, has he? He got a second
Chesney
and a third. Yeah.
Chesney got the double seconds.
Yeah, that's right, Chesney.
So I'm kind of both my hands slightly tied behind my back for this one tonight.
Yeah.
It's like picking a favourite child, but you know.
You heard it here first, folks. Jay has got love childs. Yeah, I mean, I like what Jamie Wilson did in the second race, 14th in the first. Not sure about that. Stephen Walker, probably the highest point scoring driver. No, that's still going to be Greg, I think. Is it? Yeah, I think it is. I think it's going to be Greg, maybe by a little bit. And definitely, as soon as Stephen said he had 13 incidents, and he was rocking that on the last lap. Kind of like what Pete Newman did. Deck Crowther did very well. I think I'm going to go Deck Crowther this way. You know, he got really good points, really good finishes. And I like what Jamie said, which was he stayed calm at the front under pressure. It's so horrible leading a race. Not like I've done it very much, but in the 1 or 2 laps that I've ever led a race, it's easy to panic. It's easy to get off your own line, live in your mirrors, and he didn't do that. So for me this evening, Deck Crowther is going to get my vote.
Fair. And before Chesney deleted his comment on the YouTube chat, saying after praising, saying when do I get my money? Then just on that kind of breaks the deadlock, and I think I'm gonna give it to Jaden tonight.
Right. Okay. Let me give. Jaden, where's that gone? Jaden.
But hopefully that's also a bit of fire for Chesney to go out and get that first win this season as well.
Yeah.
But no, it's been absolutely fantastic racing tonight, and I just still can't go over the last 10 minutes of a feature race. That was just that was brilliant.
It was a brilliant end to that feature race. I've never known a one that's as close. 4 races all within. You could have thrown a handkerchief over all 4 of them. It was fantastic racing. And I hope that all the rest of the races are exactly the same to the end of the season. We are halfway. We will go to drop score weeks next time out. Don't forget, folks, no broadcast next week, but the race is still on. It's a sprint feature again at Gilles Villeneuve. We can't always broadcast the races. This is probably going to be the only one we don't, to be fair. So don't be too disheartened, don't be too disappointed, and we will be back on your screens in a fortnight's time. Thanks to everybody that participated either on the chat or in the race. Definitely thanks to you, Jay, for joining me in the booth again. You contribute fantastically to these broadcasts, and I appreciate it massively. Don't forget to visit Jay's YouTube channel and his Twitch channel. Subscribe, like it, send him money, send him jewellery. Don't send him naked pics, apparently that's not good, I found out. And I've still not had his signed photograph back. I will continue to wait. I will continue to wait, folks. It's been a wonderful night. Stay safe, everybody. I'll hand you over to Jay, and we will see you the next time we broadcast in a fortnight's time. Good night, everyone.
Thank you so much for all the work you put on, Pete. And I think for those photos, you may have sent them to the wrong person, in which case, lucky them, I suppose. But before tonight, the only words I knew in Italian was lasagna, arrabbiata, and Alessandro Del Piero. But after tonight, I can definitely add Mugello. Oh my god, I can add that to the list of some of my favourite things to do with Italy. Next week, we go to Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Last time it was pretty hectic. It will be just as hectic next time. But broadcast-wise, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Enjoy yourselves and hit the like on the stream, subscribe, and we'll see you soon.
Like a broken wheel, lost in the chaos, no grip.